क्या बोलते माँ, क्या बोलते माँ, क्या बोलते माँ, क्या बोलते, क्या बोलती है। What is up, chat? What is up? What is up? Oh my god, no, I can't play this song, bitch. Can't play this song, bitch. What is up, chat? What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? G2 BGY link opener. अल्लाह, अरे भाई कैसे अलाउ नहीं है बैंड? जो कौन रोक रहा है अपने को? कौन रोक रहा है? भाई फर्स्ट पे कौन चल रहा है चैट? सब है भाई, सब है, टेंशन मत ले, रुक। कौन है फर्स्ट पे? कौन है फर्स्ट पे? रुको भाई, स्वाइप अप डाले दो, स्वाइप अप डालने तो चैट आ जाओ पटपट। अपना आज पीएमजीओ का वॉच पार्टी है, टैप करो लिंक पे। आज बहुत खतरनाक वॉच पार्टी होने वाली है। अपनी फेवरेट टीम जो है, क्या नाम है अपने फेवरेट टीम का? 4T, क्या नाम है? 4 थीव्स, 4 चोर जीतने वाले। आ जाओ। 4 थीव्स पहले चल रही है। What? क्या है? क्या पीएमजीओ वॉच पार्टी? क्या क्या फर्स्ट? फर्स्ट और अपना ऑरोरा कौन से पे भाई? ऑरोरा, ऑरोरा किधर है भाई? ऑरोरा चौथी आज पूरे दुनिया के सामने ट्रॉफी छीन के लाएंगे। आज लास्ट डे थोड़ी है। ऑरोरा ऑरोरा 2 दिन का फॉर्मेट। लास्ट से शक्ति होगा आज। इस मां की 30 पॉइंट के लीड में तो मेरी भी शक्तियां काम नहीं करेगी चैट। क्या बात कर रहे हो? पॉइंट का लीड है आज। मैच रूल फॉर 40 मतलब। अरे मां का मैं जब लाइव आता हूं तो स्मैश स्मैश रूल चल रहा है। मतलब अगर अभी चिकन मार दिया पहले मैच तो जीत गए। दस पॉइंट और अच्छा नशे में भाई उतर गया, कल उतर गया भाई। 92 पॉइंट्स और है। 92 पॉइंट्स के बाद मतलब अगर पहले मैच 10 पॉइंट निकाला और उसके बाद चिकन मारा तो स्मैश रूल। अरे मैं जब लाइव आता हूं तब क्यों होता है भाई? अब मैं लाइव कर रहा हूं भाई, मैं अगर स्मैश रूल मार दिया तो मैं क्या करूं भाई? चेन टुगेदर देखा कल किसी ने? चेन टुगेदर 92 पर स्मैश रूल है। और पहले मैच अगर 9 पॉइंट है फिर नहीं अप्लाई है। मतलब पहले मैच 10 पॉइंट ही चाहिए। क्या बात कर रहे हो? अच्छा माँ की आग भाई, स्मैश 82 है उनके और टॉप 2 के यार। क्या 82 और सीधा 49? मजा आया कल? ओए देखा कि नहीं कल का? भाई कल का आप लोगों ने देखा क्या हो रहा का? कल का किस किस भाई, कल का अगर आप देखते ना, कल का आप लोगों ने देखा
तो एक्सेप्ट फॉर RNTX,
क्या ही क्या
तो एक्सेप्ट फॉर RNTX आप कौन से टीम को सपोर्ट करना चाहोगे?
मैं आई थिंक आई वुड love to support one of my oldest friends, Tag, क्योंकि I know him from I think ages. It's been 8 years. I love him to win a trophy. उसके अलावा और कौन? उसके अलावा हमारी
IGC सीलिंग चैट
सेंसे की टीम है।
जो ये फर्स्ट मैच 10 पॉइंट और सेकंड मैच विनर विनर
और कौन है यार? और पंक, I would love to watch Punk lifting a trophy.
एक चूज करना हो तो?
एक obviously RNTX, if not RNTX.
No, if not RNTX. Okay. तो सेंसे के बाद टैग?
मैं उसका अभी बहुत लाइक आई डोंट वांट टू रैंक देम क्योंकि सभी लोग मेरे काफी क्लोज हैं, सो या इट विल बी बायस जगह में रैंक करूंगा।
ये देखा भाई, कल की अगर आप देख लेते ना, कल की स्ट्रीम अगर आप देख लेते ना, माँ कसम बता रहा हूँ
भाई 3 किलोमीटर का गेम है, 600 मीटर हुआ है अभी तक, क्या मैच हो?
3 किलोमीटर का भाई, 2 सैटरडे चले जाएंगे फिर अगर कल की स्ट्रीम आप देख
भाई
लेते।
इसके 2 लाइन आगे स्कैम है। हाँ, पतली गली है वो।
बिना बोले रुक जा
3 2 1 जंप।
आओ मार आगा ये
कौन है जिसे जंप नहीं हो रहा है?
ये भाई, ये ब्लू शर्ट
नीचे ब्लू शर्ट।
ये 700 के सब्सक्राइबर वाला नियो चैट देख लो इसको, अपेक्स पे ब्लेम कर रहा है, कैंसिल करो मत। ये हसर तो ऑलरेडी डेड क्रिएटर, इसको तो
अबे भाई रावली तो बहुत देता है बे।
काला ही हो जाऊंगा उल्टा।
भाई कल की स्ट्रीम
चलो भाई सुनो ना, रुको ना, 2-2 के डिस्टेंस, वो हिलता नहीं है लाइन, थोड़ा 2 लोग के डिस्टेंस। हां चलो बीच में आ जाओ पहले, बीच में
होगा लाला का जो मेरे को खराब लगा, लाला के तो भाई पता है इसका देख, लाला का तो मेरे को
बिना बोले चलो गो।
अरे भाई अरे
पैटर्न पकड़ो मत।
रुक जा पहले देख। ये कैसे भाई अबे यार
हर जगह से
भाई पता है चैट लेजिट भाई, मेरे को लाला का इतना खराब लगा ना बेचारे का, पता है बैंड जो एंड मूवमेंट तक भाई उसने पूरा ट्राई हार्ड किया है भाई, लाला ने पूरा ट्राई हार्ड लेजिट भाई, एंड मूवमेंट तक उसने पूरा ट्राई हार्ड किया है। जो नसीब भी कैसा भाई कि वो आरसी का ही चिकन आया। पर तुम्हें पता है टू बी ऑनेस्ट, मेरी आप भी ये चीज मानोगे कि पहली बात कि वो चीज उतनी मतलब उतना आना ही नहीं चाहिए था। आप समझ रहे हो मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? भाई तो खुश रहेंगे आज सारे। उधर
अरबी है भाई,
ये उधर का ही है क्या? लल्ला, ये लल्ला उधर का
अरबी है।
पता है चैट, उधर तक मतलब उतना दूर तक बात आना ही नहीं चाहिए था। अबे तो उतना दूर तक कैसे बात आता मेरे को बताओ? पूरा जोन उनका, सब कुछ उनका, उनको कुछ भी नहीं करना, उनको बैठना है। मैं बोला भाई शैडो को कि हगा है भाई तुम लोगों ने, कि मतलब पोजीज तुम लोगों ने ना अच्छे से नहीं खेले भाई, कुछ भी तुम लोगों ने खेला लेजिट। आप मेरे को बताओ, चिकन तो वो मैड किंग्स का ही था, उतना वो खींचना ही नहीं चाहिए था। पोजी मतलब क्या था यार वो क्राफ्ट, तुम्हें बताता हूँ ठीक है, क्या उनको पोजीज लेना चाहिए, मतलब इतना बेसिक था यार वो। और पता है लाला भी मेरे को सेम बोला कि यही पोजी और क्या है इसके अलावा। कौन सा था?
पर ऐसा लग कि कहानी
देखो ठीक है,
बट सब लायन
तुमको मैं
को
बताता हूँ,
एलिमिनेट करके आ
ठीक है,
कोई
ये देखो।
अब तो आर्यन के
अरे
पास
भाई मैया मैया,
कोई मिनट में गाड़ी है ये जो इन्होंने अब तो बहुत शॉट्स भी आ रहे थे हालांकि
ये देखो। अरे भाई यहाँ खेल सकता है ना, ये देखो यहाँ नहीं खेलना था इसको, इस सिम का जो पोजी है, यहाँ जिधर वो लास्ट में नॉक होता है, सिम चैट, सिम को वहां खेलना था।
कि हाँ इसके प्लेयर्स
ठीक है,
हुए टीम
रुको,
को टेक डाउन
ये देखो ऑब्वियसली भाई वो पोजी पे नॉक खाएगा ही।
द लास्ट मैन स्टिल ट्राइंग टू
शैडो 1v1 शैडो गया था एडीएस पे,
गो
अगर
फॉर द
उसको
फाइट
एडीएस ही नहीं आएगा
ऑल्दो
टाइम
ये
पे,
टीम
बट
अपना
तुम
काम
ये देखो ये पोजी खेलना ही नहीं था, ये पोजी। और ये नूबी जो यहाँ खेल रहा है, तुम्हें पता है लाला के हिल के नीचे एक छोटा हिल है एक और, नूबी को वहां खेलना था। नूबी पता नहीं कहाँ बीच में यार, पोजीशनिंग इतनी, ये तो पोजीशनिंग ये सब तो इंडिविजुअल ब्रेन हो गया यार।
कर चुकी है लेकिन से
ये देखो यहाँ कैसे कोई बच सकता है भाई, इतना ओपन है, अगर यहाँ पे भी कोई आ गया दे नहीं देगा लाला, कितना ही कवर दे देगा भाई।
दूसरी तरफ टेक डाउन होते हुए क्लच गॉट
ये देखो अभी तुम्हें बताता हूँ, ये देखो
के
तुम्हें
खिलाड़ी
बताता
को
हूँ, ये देखो ये खेलना ये
डाउन किया जरूर है
यहाँ,
लेकिन हैड एक्सिस
ये
फाइट
देखो
में
यहाँ, ये जो नीचे वाला रिज है यहाँ खेल रहा है भाई।
मैट किंग्स लास्ट स्टार्ट
एडमिनो निंजा का मैच मेकिंग देखा था कि नहीं? एडमिनो निंजा का मैच में
दो खिलाड़ी बचे हालांकि मैट किंग्स के प्लेयर क्या
ये तो चलो जिसने भी ट्रेस करा उतना अच्छा ट्रेस नहीं करा, बट इधर ही रूबी तो इधर ही डाउन था।
इज इज अ डेस्परेट वन अब आएगा
ठीक है अब चलो
मिलने वाला है, अब उनसे ज्यादा दूर नहीं
रेस
सब
हुआ,
चाहिए मैं बट रैपिड क्योस टैग्स जो चुराए हैं वो जरूरी
ठीक
है
है
इस
अब तुम
पूरे
ये पोजी
टूर्नामेंट
देखो,
में।
ठीक
क्लच कॉर्ड
यहाँ नहीं खेल सकता क्या ये?
सिंप ने
देखो यहाँ तो कितना कितना ही मतलब पिंड है, सिंप ने खुद को इधर पिंड करा दिया कि ये
वो
पिंड है
फ्लैग्स
पूरा,
जो चुराए हैं वो
ठीक है।
जरूरी है इस पूरे टूर्नामेंट में। क्लच कॉर्ड के पास वो दो फ्रैग्स
अब
और
देखो
मैट किंग्स अब एक बड़ा स्प्लिट उनके पास।
ये पोजी वो खेल
तो है,
सकता था
लेकिन
ना,
इसका
ये देखो
ये
ये
भी
पोजी,
मतलब बन जाता है कि अब अगर कोई
देखो
नॉक हुआ क्योंकि
क्योंकि
circle
लाला तो ऊपर है ही, अगर इधर भी कोई रिच पे आएगा तो ये
होने
देख
वाला
लेगा, ये
है
देखो
शायद आपको कोई भी यहाँ रिवाइव नहीं
नूबी का ये वाला पोजी देखो।
कर पाएगा फॉर शायद एवरी मैन फॉर हिमसेल्फ और उसके अराउंड मुश्किल
अगर सिम स्टार्टिंग से यही पे खेलता है, ये तो पूरा उसके पास विजन था ही, वो लेफ्ट साइड पे कोई आता लाला देखता,
शॉट्स आए
पोजी का
अब किस
बहुत
तरीके से प्लेयर
बहुत ब्रूटल हो गया भाई, लाला अटक गया था उधर इसलिए नहीं तो, बट मेरी बात है कि लाला तक ये बात आनी ही नहीं थी, आप समझ रहे हो, ये चिकन ही इनका था, वो तो हम ये लोग हक दिए तो अपन बात का डिस्कस कर रहे, बट बात तक बात ही नहीं आनी चाहिए थी, आप समझे, खत्म तो इधर ही था, चिकन ही था, कोई इनसे चिकन ले ही नहीं सकता था, और इनको कुछ करना भी नहीं था, इनको बैठे रहना था बस, किल्स अपने आप आते, कुछ लेफ्ट राइट करना ही नहीं था चैट।
जा पाएंगे तो भी कोई स्पॉट किया जा चुका है डैमेज उनके ऊपर पड़ा है
भाई पता है मेरा लेजिट मेरा हार्ट ब्रेक हो गया, पता है सही बता रहा हूँ, मेरे को इतना खराब लगा, इतना खराब लगा, although I'm not part of Mad Kings anymore, but still you know, और ऐसे ही नहीं कि ये सिर्फ जस्ट बिकॉज लाला शैडो थे तो खराब लगा, अगर कोई और भी रहता और इतना ट्रायहार्ड, मतलब हाउ ड्रामेटिक इट कैन बी कि तुम्हें लास्ट मैच पॉइंट्स चाहिए, उसमें तुम्हारी पूरी टीम डाउन हो चुकी है, तुम एज अ ओनर तुम लास्ट बंदे जिंदा हो, तुम पूरा ट्राई कर रहे हो, एमो तक नहीं है तुम पे, उस पे भी तुम किल्स फार्म कर रहे हो, किल्स निकाल रहे हो, एंड यू जस्ट barely make it to top 8 in the live standings, you know, लाइव स्टैंडिंग्स में वो दिख रहा है वहां पे कि तुम टॉप 9 से टॉप 8 आ चुके हो, सब खुश हो गए चैट में, एंड जस्ट नेक्स्ट सेकंड आरसी ने वहां चिकन मारती और आरसी तुमसे एक पॉइंट ऊपर आते, तुम किसी एक को एक पॉइंट नीचे करके ऊपर आते और तुम्हें कोई एक पॉइंट नीचे करके ऊपर चला जाता है, मतलब इससे ड्रामेटिक क्या ही हो सकता है। तुम्हें पता है सेकंड मैच इन लोगों ने जब चोक करा था तो मेरे को तभी ऐसा हो गया था कि ये बाहर है, और मे बी अगर वो तभी बाहर हो जाते तो शायद मुझे इतना खराब नहीं लगता कि 10 पॉइंट से बाहर हो गए तो इन लोगों ने खराब ही खेला है, बट देन एक पॉइंट से बाहर होना इज लाइक दे ट्राइड टिल द एंड मैच, और उसमें भी वो उनका ही वो चिकन था, उनसे वो चिकन कोई ले नहीं सकता था उनके अलावा। और वही हुआ कि उन्होंने, हाँ, चाहिए था भाई, देखना था, पता है लाला का तो स्ट्रेट अप भाई कॉल आया कि वाज लाइक नेक्स्ट सेकंड, वैसे मैच खत्म हुआ 10 मिनट बाद उसका कॉल आया कि भाई तू आ मिलते, थोड़ा बाहर जाते, माइंड फक हो रखा है। एंड ही वाज लाइक अब मैं इससे ज्यादा क्या ही कर सकता। हाँ, दे ऑल गिव दे 100%, बट वही है कि लास्ट में बस थोड़ा चोक सीन हो गया चैट, लास्ट का, यू नो, करना था ढंग से। कल क्या रे, ऐसा क्या मार दिया भाई इन लोगों ने? रोंडो है क्या पहले? क्या मारा रे चैट, ऐसा बहुत ब्रूटल मारा क्या? कौन सा है ये?
To extinguish on team flash. Gone down. Silence is low.
पहले मैच ही चिकन दिया क्या?
Sleepy stepping up. Eagle now.
और आने दिया?
अरे अरे. To claim it. Where's the ammo? Furia. Take it.
अबे फ्यूरिया का भी लाइनअप है?
Down in the final moment.
फ्यूरिया का भी लाइनअप है इसमें? नहीं पता था। अबे हो रहा 16 किल।
3 versus 3, but a good pick off coming through and catch.
हो रहा नेपाल की है ना?
With a P90.
Leaving order now, just with Sleepy alive. Catch is spotted on the back line.
भाई ULF भी बहुत तगड़ी टीम है।
3 versus 1. The Furia to run through or denied at the very last. Maybe, unless they can find something miraculous here. Chief has gone down. Silence is low. Oh my goodness me. Sleepy stepping up. Eagle now. A 1 versus 1. Aura to claim it. Aura to claim it. Where's the ammo? Did he find it?
Furia.
अबे भाई।
Down in the final moment. But it was down to hold just a little bit longer.
अबे 34 पॉइंट्स तो है फ्यूरिया के, फिर कैसे?
Now they hop the window. What are you doing?
क्या फोर्थ इसने का बहुत ब्रूटल मार दिया क्या?
After a 4 thrives alive here. Find him. Would have
बहुत ब्रूटल मारा क्या फोर्थ ड्राइव से? 1v3 दिया था लास्ट।
moving forward. Straight from IQ to finish.
A chance in this match.
लगातार बैक टू बैक दिया है क्या? बैक टू बैक?
To stand for them. A nade. That might
Quickly, and how do they want to deal with that?
इधर 2v4 चिकन मारा।
have more than most can attest to. Onto this one. Get across, but yeah, okay. It was only a matter of time before someone spots them.
Should get some free points off the back of this one, but 4 thrives. That puts
Star, though, still a bit of a distance away.
अबे इसके हाथ में नेड़े तो फाड़ेगा ही, ये तो फाड़ता ही है। इसके हाथ में नेड़े तो फाड़ेगा ही
Try
है।
and get rid of as many players from Gaming Stars as he can, but it's a very tall order, Blank, and the far side of the bridge is going to start to chime in too.
अरे
Because no
फटा
one's
गया।
really starting to control
अरे
this flank.
क्या नेड़ा अरे भाई इस पे?
all starting to flex out a little bit.
3 चिकन मारा।
There isn't any more teams left.
बैक टू बैक है क्या? बैक टू बैक? अरे कैसे आ
Force
गए?
goes down, Catch will pick
अरे
that one up
भाई।
from a very, very long back line.
अबे
Nice.
भाई।
Ballack for the first opener. The shotgun shot down there.
Gaming Stars are
Points there.
injured.
Gaming
इसमें भी
Stars
2v4 दिया गया।
taking a knock from another angle as well. Nice and fast.
Important to the
साइलस है, साइलस इसमें, साइलस।
The last match.
Good. Ulf down by 1 player.
फिर टू मैन दिया क्या लास्ट तक? नहीं नहीं।
30-point bang, but not able to do.
So far, very fair, but we are locking in.
किधर फोर्थ
No, towards that location.
S2G, but both guys are still getting stuck in.
Have a look at this side of the map.
These two teams looking to make their mark here, but a knockout
ये
towards
बहुत मारा है क्या रे
makes it
चैट?
a little bit
बहुत मारा है
tougher.
क्या?
Aurora
रेगनम
very
कार्या नहीं
well
गोल
stopped, and
भाई।
Azaifa
रेगनम।
is stranded.
अरे पाशा हर
What a
टीम नुस्ता स्लैम दे रहे बिना
disgusting
नॉक
dash
दिए,
this
बम
game towards
बम
the
स्लैम।
top side of the rankings.
अबे फोर्थ टीम्स के ये नया प्लेयर है क्या हुज़ैफा?
Incredible
New
shot
player है।
from him so far from the mid
Ziol,
14,
Rifus,
as
top.
well
ये
as this
अरे
AUG, which
अरोरा
has
का
been
क्या चल
using
रहा है?
so massively
Fourth.
this game.
अबे यार इनकी लाइनअप कब
There's
एक
a
ट्रॉफी
guy out at the
जीतेगी?
moment. Can't
टॉप
quite
का
find it.
नेम
Also
चले।
pressuring onto their side. Silence waiting underneath. Top will find him. That Thorn's taking.
A7 भी नहीं है।
Ooh, I keep
A7 भी
hearing
qualify नहीं करी, chat।
there, but does go low himself, needs to be
तो
careful.
ये
Healing
PMGO
S
मतलब वैसा वाला सीन है कि अपने अपने रीजन का सबका PMGO होता है, वो उधर से जो चैंपियंस बनेगा फिर वो इंटरनेशनल PMGO आएगा, ऐसा?
Now, Four Thrives playing as two players as GOAT team maraud around the hilltop now. Top.
अगर मेरे को ट्राई आउट देना हो तो कैसे दे सकता हूँ मैड किंग्स में? भाई आप ट्राई आउट तो पता नहीं, बस क्रूशियल टाइप पे आप नॉक नहीं खाते तो आपको हो जाएगा.
Standing between Aurora and having a GOAT team pressing.
बट 2 दिन का क्यों टूर्नामेंट करा है? मतलब 12 मैचेस.
That it isolates this fight as a 2v2 for Four Thrives. Reapers goes low. Ziol has to regroup on towards him with the nades coming through from Hazaifa. This is nasty stuff.
Reapers yet to reload. So low.
अरे मादर.
Ziol now drops the deck, pulls the pin on the grenade. This will have to be a heroic lob on this one. And it goes too
दे भाई
far.
हुज़ैफा भाई मार मुंह पे
Now with a challenge
मार.
top and defender
Top!
GOAT team all
Top
alone.
पकाने!
They don't have the time. They don't have it. And it's Four
अबे
Thrives
गोट
now.
तो वो है, पता है गोट आई गेस वो है एक्स नावी. ये नावी है ना एक्स. मॉक्सी तो उसमें था ना.
One all
ट्रिक्सी भी था ना इसमें. गोट वही है ना, यूक्रेन की है ना ये
Four
गोट.
Thrives looking for their second chicken dinner today.
क्या विडियंस को फ्री क्लास लॉट? अबे वो एक केले पा. अबे यार हेटर्स आ गए यार चैट.
There was questions about this team before
चैट में भाई ये
the finals.
पाकिस्तानी लोग आ गए मेरे चैट में भाई.
A strong team to be sure, but did they have the
अब ये लोग
guts? Did they
मेरी गांड
have
मारने आएंगे मेरे को लग
what
रहा
it
है
takes
चैट.
to be
मैंने बहुत
a
दिन के
global
मजे लिए थे ना.
champion?
मेरे को लग रहा है
They're
टाइम
looking to prove it right
गलत टाइम पे
now.
लाइव आ गया भाई. मैंने बहुत मजे लिए थे ना.
Right now they have been through it. Thick and thin, they need to stick together.
मेरे को लग रहा है ये लोग मेरी मारने आया है.
Are a lot
बहन
closer
के
to the edge of this next
देगा.
circle.
वो दिन
They
बहुत मजे ले रहा था. आज हम
may be
जीत
on
रहे.
the outside.
Oh fuck!
Four Thrives could potentially
Oh
hold
भाई.
that distance and try and
टॉप
play at that
काने में चले.
see if they can choke the life out rather than go for a full frontal fight, especially through the smoke he goes. As Zypher's there, they're clearing it up, and they will
क्या है?
have to spray down. There's one. Force GOAT team into an even more unfavorable position around the edge of the smoke. They're lining up the spray down. There's one. There's another. And
कैसे
they are
रे,
looking
कैसे
for
रे?
the third for Four Thrives. They want
IQ
this one.
T24
And through the smoke he goes. As Zypher's there,
Zephyr,
they're clearing it
फलक.
up. And they're- this is
फलक
opening it up further than-
देखो.
Oh
2
my
मैच बैक.
goodness me.
ओह इन लोगों ने 2 मैच बैक टू बैक दिया
When
ना.
Monty Nuevo and will get taken.
In, but still back to
Four Thrives right now. This is giving time for them to get this.
बूम.
But Boom consistently
ये
causing
लोग हर
issues.
अबे क्या मैच हो रहा है? ये लोग 2 मैन ही देते रहे क्या ये लोग?
IQ T24
Hello,
now with the last player of Team Flash over the red line.
बकचोदी ने.
T24 wants it.
बकचोदी मत करो वरना अभी निक्सन को कॉल करूंगा और डिस्कॉर्ड बुलाऊंगा. ठीक है.
Team Flash go down, get eliminated. Four Thrives with 6 eliminations now. GOAT team with 9 though, although they are flagging on this western edge with one player knocked.
ज़्यादा बकचोदी मत करो. ठीक है. अभी एक कॉल करूंगा निक्सन को बुलाऊंगा. अदर बहन के शॉट. केले. ज़्यादा बकचोदी मत कर इधर चैट में आके मेरे. क्या है भाई इधर मेरे चैट में इंडिया पाकिस्तान का वॉर चल रहा है क्या? भाई ऐसा मत करो भाई. सारे टीम्स को सपोर्ट करो चैट. सारे देश को सपोर्ट करो. ऐसा हेट मत दो. बस पाकिस्तान की माँ का भोसड़ा. या भाई हेट वेट मत करो. ठीक है हेट वेट मत करो. गाली दो. जस्ट गाली दो और आगे बढ़ो. हेट करने का वक्त ना आया हम पे. अबे जीत गए. क्या हो गया? जीत गए. क्या हो गया? हाँ जीत गए. क्या हो गया? जीत जाओ. हमें क्या? हम कहीं और जीत रहे. तुम जीत जाओ यार. कोई ना. ऐसे भी 4 साल गेम बैक. 4 साल में कहीं तो आगे बढ़े हो. है ना. कहीं तो आगे बढ़ रहे. इकोनॉमी में नहीं तो कहीं तो. मेरे को लग रहा है इनमें से ही कोई. इनमें से ही ये 4 मेरे को लग रहा है ये लोग. अगर फलक ने एक इंटरनेशनल ट्रॉफी पाकिस्तान में ला दी तो आई थिंक सो नेक्स्ट जो प्राइम मिनिस्टर का रन होगा उसमें उसके एक स्लॉट मिल जाएगा फलक को. आई थिंक सो. आपके क्या राय है इसमें चैट? अगर जीत गए तो नेक्स्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टर के लिए फलक खड़ा हो सकता है.
Underneath, Goat starts to
क्या बोलते
try
हो?
and find some
हो
shots.
सकता है.
Another one from Reefus on minimal ammo. He is accurate as anything.
हाँ बट उधर एट द
But
एंड
can
ऑफ
they
द डे
flex
तो
out
फिर
and get that flush? I don't think so.
मिलिट्री के
With
आंडों के
right
नीचे ही
there,
रहना
they're
पड़ेगा, वो
gonna
अलग
push
बात है,
it,
बट
but they
वो
just
पीएम
keep
बन
going.
सकता है. अपने इधर
Resources
इंडिया में ऐसा
only
नहीं है.
got
अपने
17
इंडिया में तुम
rounds
जीते
left in
वीते
it,
तो
low blank, and the MG3
तुम्हें कुछ
maybe
मिलेगा
bled
अच्छा.
dry here. One more player for
इज्जत
Goat Team on
मिलेगी.
the
उधर
inside.
सीधा
They've
प्राइम
got
मिनिस्टर का
pretty
स्लॉट
far
है
into
तुम
this
पे.
match and will be in
You win
contest for the top
international
spot, but in
प्राइम
the meantime,
मिनिस्टर का
Fourth
स्लॉट
Thrives
ओपन है तुम्हारे लिए.
gets
पॉसिबल
the res.
है.
Will Pandem find a chicken dinner here, Blank?
Potentially. At
अबे!
the end of the day, Pandem finding something
अरोरा
great for their
और
totals.
क्या नाम है अरोरा
El
भाई
Baril
इनका. अभी
will
लोग
find
कितने और
Moxie,
अभी लोग
removes
किसके
that
किसमें थे
away.
यार इसके पहले.
And now eliminated.
लोग किसमें थे इसके पहले.
Down
फक
to
मैं नाम
fourth
भूल गया
Thrives.
यार.
El Baril.
किसमें थे लोग. एपीजी
Well, as
एपीजी
Aurora
तो लोग ने
desperate
एपीजी भी
for
छोड़
a win
दिया.
here, right at the end, right at the finish line, but versus Pandem, how can they do it? You see that Aurora Gaming so low on ammo, but rocking
Yeah.
MG3
Yeah.
and M249. That's one way to go about it.
क्या?
But T24
मेंटल हेल्थ. अबे वो
unleashes
मैं तो आया ही हूँ
upon
हेट
the
करने
likes
आपकी
of
टीम को.
Aurora, and they're
क्या
down
बात
in
कर रहे हो.
four.
मजाक कर रहा हूँ यार. मजाक कर.
Fourth
चल.
Thrives looking for the back-to-back.
सपोर्टर हूँ. क्या
The
दिया है.
triple chicken dinner
क्या
on the
दिया
day.
है. आज इसने बहन चो इन लोग ने ना आज तो बिरयानी खा के आएंगे. हम पेलेंगे भाई ये मेरे को. ये हम पेलेंगे भाई आज बिरयानी पेल गए. Pure.
But IQ finds one, and that is a huge pickup. A 2v2, the nade not going the distance. Four Thrives could potentially take half of the games today with a chicken dinner here. A 2 versus 2.
Pure.
Pure. A T24 with a 1 versus 1. Weapon swap with the shotgun around his teammate. He finds it. He gets it done. And Four Thrives do so much, go so far. Is there nothing these guys can't do? At the top of the tables, this is a smash team if I ever did see.
A 3 for today. Incredible stuff from them.
ये क्या मारा बे चैट.
3 out of the 6.
ये क्या मारा बे. इन लोग ने कहीं मैच के पहले मेरी पुरानी स्ट्रीम तो नहीं देख ली थी. पीएमजीसी वाली. चैट इतने गुस्से में. ये क्या मारा भाई. अच्छा अच्छा मारा भाई. अच्छा मारा भाई. अच्छा मारा भाई. अच्छा मारा भाई. ओए ये किधर हो रहा है रे चैट. इंडोनेशिया में हो रहा है ये.
And this is it, the special TiVo presented by Indonesian supporter.
इंडोनेशिया में हो रहा है. ओरे भाई ये क्या लाया भाई. अरे भाई. अरे भाई फुटबॉल वाली फील दे रहा है भाई. फुटबॉल वाली फील. द एवेंजर्स असेंबल. तो पूरी फुटबॉल वाली फील दे रहा है. अच्छा
Flame on, everyone
टॉप
shines.
का नेम चले बेबी. Crazy bro, crazy चे. भूख लगी है बे. मुझे ऐसे सीसी रख लो. और अबे यार स्मैश रूल नहीं होना चाहिए भाई. तो थोड़ा एंड तक 6 मैच तो देखो. थोड़ा एंड तक जाएगा थोड़ा मजा आएगा.
Oke, tepuk tangan untuk kalian semuanya.
बिगेट्रॉन भी है क्या.
Terima kasih support
हाँ
dari
BTR है chat.
Indonesia. Thank you so much. That was the electrifying, passionate energy that we have here to start the day. So, let the final day of PUBG Mobile Global Open Season 1 main event
BTR का क्या रैंक चल रहा है. ओह फक.
begin.
BTR का क्या रैंक चल रहा है बॉयज.
a wonderful introduction here in
Most used
Indonesia.
weapon.
Everybody has been so
ओए खाना
incredibly
पेल दूं क्या
welcome, but
फटफट
it's time
2
to
मिनट
get
दो
big.
2 मिनट दो
Alright,
बस
so up that aggression as we take a look
या तो
at
मैं
the
रहूंगा या
most
तो कोई
used
एक टीम
weapons
रहेगी रुको
here so far, Max.
Yeah, I mean, of course, you're going to be having your typical outliers. You've got the AUG, you're going to have the M4 and also the S12K in that CQC range. But Focus in particular, what a standout back in EECA for Go, and now doing it also on the global stage. This guy, short range, mid range, long range, you're never safe when Focus is fighting you.
I wonder, are we going to see some CQC mini action today, Seven?
I'm hoping that it does happen. But I don't know if it's actually going to happen if I think about it, because I'm expecting the day to be over in 4 games.
4 games?
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, same for me. I think 4 games, no Miramar, no S2G comeback.
And I
no,
think,
no, no.
I think it's done in 2, all right? I think that we're going to be out of here really quickly because we got Rondo.
चैट में हार्ट स्पैम करो भाई हार्ट स्पैम करो भाई हार्ट स्पैम करो भाई तुम लोग फालतू की मत करो ओए हार्ट स्पैम करो भाई चैट में हार्ट हार्ट स्पैम हो जाए भाई हार्ट स्पैम अपन किसी को हेट नहीं करते हार्ट स्पैम करो आज हमें यूनाइट होना है चैट हार्ट स्पैम करो फालतू का हेट वेट मत दो यार मेरे मॉड्स कोऑर्डिनेट कर रहे हैं भाई
Pakistan in first place, 4 thrives after an amazing day, 3 chicken dinners. How were you guys able to achieve such an amazing performance?
If you have players like Falak D4 or Zephyr, I think it's possible.
Well, it definitely showcased. Now, there's only going to be one question. With the lead that you guys currently have, teams are going to be hunting you down. Are you ready for teams to hunt you down tomorrow?
Of course, man. We are ready for tomorrow. We'll fight them.
Can you win via Smash?
Yeah, man, 100%.
Let's see if 4 Drive has got what it takes to become the champion of PMGO Season 1.
किसी दे दो पाशा भाई लव फ्रॉम कनाडा कीप हसलिंग ब्रो यू हैव द पोटेंशियल और बढ़िया बढ़िया कंटेंट आने दो 1 मिलियन सू #no days ऑफ गॉड की गेमिंग बाय W हो जाए भाई गॉड किंग गेमिंग बाय W चैट मेरा स्ट्रीम ये कर रहा है क्या लोड हो रहा है क्या
Now, as they mentioned in that interview, I was wondering if they're going to be ready, and it looks like they are going to be ready because a lot of teams, Max, I feel like they're going to be hunting them down.
I wonder if they're just going to drop somewhere different on Rondo, just to avoid the early skirmish of Yulin.
But
It would be a strap that you don't need to go 20 eliminations, you know, no chicken dinner. 10 points here, 7. That is all you need to.
अबे यार ये ऊपर वाला सुबह से मेरे ऊपर वाला ड्रिल करे जा रहा है भाई क्या ड्रिल चल रहा है इसका पता नहीं भाई कुछ तो ड्रिल मार रहा है ऊपर वाला लो साउंड किसका लो साउंड
Aurora's going to be chasing him down. Let's go ahead and take it to a quick interview with Refus to hear what he had to say as well.
Everyone, Maxman here, joined by Refus, the savior of Aurora Gaming. Of course, day 1 was looking a little bit rough at the start, but at the end, a good finish. But Rondo in particular, you guys got hot dropped on by Boom Esports, and I really want to know, any changes will be happening on Rondo being such an important map?
За, Refus танайбагийн хувьд өнөөдөр Rondo дээр хамт багтай боосон болов маргааш танай зүгээс ямар нэг өөрчлөлт оролцох төлөвлөгөө байгаа юу?
ये Aurora भी अपने यहाँ से
За, өнөөдрийн хамгийн ихний матчд Rondo дээр Кал дээр тэгээд манай Бостон дээр 2 газар тэрсэн байгаа. Тэгээд маргааш үед ямар нэг өөрчлөлт гарахгүй бид нар дахиад буун
कहाँ के
For us in the first game of the day, we were hot dropped on the both spots that we usually do. And for tomorrow, we're not going to change. We're just going to keep our dark spot.
Mongolia
guys come to us again.
Oh, okay, that's going to get real spicy on Rondo. Thank you very much, Refus, for joining me on the interview, and best of luck for tomorrow.
अबे यार मेरे को ये करना चाहिए था आज मैंने शैम्पू नहीं करा
That's what I like to hear. They said, bring it, Max.
Oh, yeah, and actually very interesting piece of insight because we know they got hot dropped on by the side of Boom, and I was able to talk to actually Yummy from Boom, and I was like,
इन लोगों को डर वर नहीं लगता भाई आते आओ
split next to Yulin of Aurora.
So
we might be having Boom versus Aurora, round 2 Electric Boogaloo 7.
But is Top going to be there with them, or what is Top going to be doing? Because remember, Top got hunt down yesterday,
on the recall.
And they threw off their whole strategy. They wanted to be
यार chill यार chat यार
gets eliminated. That's the issue, right? The individual recall player that had to run away. He'll just save the day for them. They can't afford the same mistake this time around.
Well, let's take a look at the overall rankings. This is where all our eyes are focused on. All these players have been studying here, and the chase for
जीत तो I guess 4 thrives ही रहे भाई
right here 7.
जीत तो 4 thrives ही रहे कितना है एक 33 points का लीड है भाई
needs to start getting more.
जीत तो यही रहे 6 मैचेस में 33
points.
points.
Came in Miramar, and as I just
Chat,
said,
6 matches में 33 points is like very tough, very tough, chat.
A slight chance, Max, of catching up. Those eliminations in Rondo. See if you can get 20, Go.
Hey, we'll see how it's going to be going for them. I'm going to go one slot lower for Furia. They were the team to win Rondo yesterday, right? Looking at 48 points. They're going to be, what is that, 34 points away from the side of 4
33 points.
Massive Rondo, and they could be back in the race. This Rondo is going to dictate really hot.
हाँ बे रोंडो का पूरा ही है टॉप यार टॉप क्या लग रहा है आपको कोई टीम का कमबैक है स्मैश रूल भी है स्मैश रूल भी तो है यार पहले मैच 10 पॉइंट ना आप लोगों ने बोला 10 पॉइंट और फिर एक चिकन मारे तो आई गेस हो गया
looking at their position, they've had also some big comebacks in the past, and they've been able to actually smash it.
BTR 15
अबे
of Alpha 7 back
दोनों
in
इंडोनेशियन
America,
टीम
so they know how to play
with the smash ruling in effect. On the second page, Hope is an all-time low right now, 7 realistically.
It's just a lot of copium here for the Indonesian audience. You have BTR, you have Pandam 15, 6th place. You
FL,
but if we know
Vietnam की FL है.
Those squads are going to be looking to bounce back. Now, when I say bounce back, I'm not talking about them actually trying to go for that championship. They are going to be looking to save face and get good performances. So with all those other teams at the top that are trying to hunt down 4 Thrives, it's going to become even harder because 4 Thrives, I mean, even if you remove the placement points, I think they will still be in first place.
Third place, actually. Third place tied with the
Smash point 92 कैसे decide हुआ है guys?
Okay, I'll give you a little candid. I talked to some of the teams.
Okay, इनके 82 है.
What are you going to do to stop 4 Thrives?
Okay, तुम्हारा पहले दिन जितना points रहता है उसमें 10 point add करके वो point mark जब तुम cross करोगे तो next में chicken मारना है तुम्हें.
Well, bad news for them. They're here. They look focused, and they already set plenty of time. They are prepared for teams to actually chase them, for teams to maybe get into the way of their rotations. And that's one thing I really want to kind of expand on for the viewers, because we always talk about hot drops. Not necessarily am I expecting that to happen. It's going to happen, obviously, in Rondo. It's just the name of the game. But when we go to Erangel, we're going to be looking for teams setting themselves up to just stop their rotations. One team that might actually surprise us is going to be Aurora, because they do end up landing very close when it comes down to military.
Almost definitely. They're going to be trying to chase them down if possible on that western bridge on Erangel. They're looking at the overall race to the finals. MVP Focus really came out of nowhere. We didn't expect him to be number 1 after such a dominating performance. But all the members of 4 Thrives are here. And of course, 24, IQ, Ayala, and Falak Desert. But I do want to say, I checked out the stats. In 7th place is Doc. Actually, right? So he's actually a little bit low this time around, and he got MVP last year. Good amount of points today. Doc could snatch it away from himself once again.
Yeah, this was a complete surprise, right? I mean, you saw 82 points on the side of 4 Thrives. How could it be anybody else's MVP? But GOAT showed up big. They're pretty much the closest team that could possibly catch him here. They're going to be going into Rondo. And 7, when it comes to GOAT, we know what they're going to do, right? They're going to go crazy
Yeah, I mean, I just got done talking about GOAT, so I actually want to talk about a different team. I'm going to be talking about 7-1, and I'm going to just double down on Aurora. Aurora's performance yesterday, especially when we ended up going to Miramar, which is usually not a good game for them. They ended up getting 4 eliminations. After that, they got a 4th place finish with 6 eliminations. The reason why I'm bringing this up
जो भी religious hate दे रहा है, कुछ भी hate दे रहा है, उनको भी ban करो.
And if I had to pick a team out of all the ones that are currently in range to actually catch up to 4 Thrives, it would have to be Aurora. But it has to happen in Rondo Max, and I'm really scared to see what's going to happen in regards to those hot drops.
It's definitely going to get a bit spicy going on to those hot drop locations. I'm actually going to be paying attention to the Turkey team of Ulf Esports. One of their best, if not their single best finish yesterday on the island just outside of Boatyard, having the 4 players all alive and actually able to claim that chicken dinner for themselves. Hunting impact finally, as the Wolves should be trying to do. And they got 2nd place in PMGC. They know how to remain near that podium until the very bitter end on this global stage. I think Ulf has a lot of opportunities to make that ascent. And 1st place is really tough, but 2nd place maybe.
Yeah, talking about squads that were looking to save face. I mean, I was talking about the Indonesian teams. Another one that performed really well at the start yesterday was Hora Esports. I mean, this squad has not been at a global event in quite a minute, and I'm glad they started off the day like that, but they ended up disappearing. The only reason why I want to bring them up is because they did end up getting 17 eliminations. Please keep in mind, some of these squads need to be careful. but the other squads, because Rondo is such an important game that you can sponge up so many points when it comes down to eliminations.
Oh, most definitely. But actually, I'm going to go on another team. We're just talking about some
Okay,
squad
yeah,
right
go
now.
down the
I'm
list.
loving
Go
it.
down
Just
the
speed
list.
fire. TT Project, 14th position. Keep in mind, when it comes to the ECA region, they're competing for one of the slots to make into PMWC at the Esports World Cup in Paris. Then 14th position. Their goal here, Hot Troops, is to make it in 11th position. If they do so successfully today, Vicious out of PMWC and TT Project will be snatching that spot for themselves.
That's brutal.
Land जा रहा है Pasha.
Project, you know, we're talking about teams that just want to save face. That's one team that does have a big goal right ahead of them, right? So they could definitely make that happen here. One thing that we don't normally see when it comes to PUBG Mobile Esports is wild adaptations towards the end. If you want to see some teams at the bottom save face after all, they're going to have to extend this tournament all the way, all 6 matches. Do you think we're going to see one of these bottom teams possibly go out of their way to take out 4 Thrives, Max?
Ooh, I mean, yeah, I think that especially Seven's already kind of talked about this. I think that teams might just try and get between the play zone and 4 Thrives because everyone, right, especially the viewers at home too, I'm sure, know where they drop on Arango, as you said, right, 7 Western Bridge. I think that not only Aurora could try and be a little bit of an issue, right? You could see some other teams like maybe Pandem. They're just at the bottom. If they see 4 Thrives, if they get a knock onto them, maybe they'll just full commit because they really don't have that much to lose.
Well, let's focus a little bit on 4 Thrives in regards to what this team needs to do to actually become a champion and become a champion via Smash Roll. They need to tighten up that gameplay in regards to something that I didn't quite enjoy yesterday that they did in their first win, and that was just unnecessary fights that led to just them losing players. Husaifa going on Furia, I'm talking about the second Erangel. It was just one of those unnecessary fights that they didn't need to take. I'm hoping that they went back, even with such a big lead, and realized in that situation, you know what, let's play our numbers, let's play our strength, let's stick together and focus and see how we can get a chicken there.
It's going to be nice to see how that's going to be working out for 4 Thrives. But actually, I kind of want to ask you the question because you brought up the potential topic of Boom, hot dropping again the sign of Aurora. If you are Aurora, they want to try and commit to it, but I feel like giving it up or going for another recall tower that's not far from Yulin, but not the exact specific one, would be such a good strat just to avoid that whole interaction we saw yesterday.
For Aurora, that will definitely set the tone, right? If we do see them hot drop, in a way, it's kind of like, it's a gray area. It's them waving the flag, but also sending a signal that they're going to continue to be aggressive. They're not going to change their gameplay to anybody. We saw them do that at PMGC. Let's go. It was a whole thing all over social media. And for them, I genuinely just don't see them giving up that drop.
Yeah,
the smart play would be to give it up, though.
Yeah, just like Whitebeard. No scars on their backs. They never ran away from a foe. And I feel like that is exactly what we're going to do.
Like that Rondo, बहुत crucial match होने वाला है.
Regroup all onto top. And then actually
Rondo बहुत crucial match होने वाला है.
Engage into Yulin.
Rondo में जिसने अच्छे points ले लिए ना.
Some kind of trap for other teams that are going to.
But Rondo है ना यार 4 Thrives Rondo में 10 points तो निकाल ही लेंगे भाई.
Yep, they could be expecting the same thing. Use him as bait. You do get that recall in Rondo, and it would if it ends up.
भाई को चुप रहा. Pasha warning दे दे clips काटना. भाई hate मत ही भाई.
Inside you,
religious hate ये सब
छुट्टियाँ मत करो. Get another recall tower under protection if you want, and you kind of even if you do lose that one solo player and Boom hot drops you, you can still salvage it.
Now for all the viewers, the main reason why we're focusing so much on Aurora, we have seen them win before in Rondo, and they can do it in a big fashion. They are one of those teams that can send a statement, get 30 points, close that
warning दे दे clips काटने वालों को strike मिलेगी. Strike मिलेगी भाई. Strike मिलेगी तुम लोग को. उससे clip काटे.
Play here, especially for 4 Thrives in the first match.
That's what we need to see, a crazy 30-point game. That strategy has to come out. The aggression has to be there. Even if you're in a safe spot in the center, you're going to have to go out and hunt down those eliminations.
अच्छा आरपी का क्या सीन है यार? आरपी मैंने अभी ब्रेक ले लिया. चैट बहुत ज़्यादा burnout हो रहा था
a little bit quiet here. Is Team Flash, Max? How do you feel about them?
I was going to say I saw no signs of life actually from Team Flash. They did so good back in the survival stage. Really massive step up from this team. And they just disappeared in the finals. I feel like we are seeing a bit of a repeat, right, 7 for the PMGC Grand Finals of last year, where they are
का vlog आएगा क्या?
at the bottom of the rankings. I
पहले अपन जाए तो
exposure to the international stage of PUBG Mobile Esports to get those results, but yesterday I couldn't even tell you what was going wrong because I just didn't see them.
अच्छा आज भी है क्या chain together kick पे? आज मैंने पूछा तो था हस्तर को, but I guess बाकी मैं और हस्तर तो free है, मैं तो खेलने को खेल सकता हूँ. But I guess Kiwi, Crowley, maybe next Saturday.
And I asked him, what did you do this morning differently? He's like, I don't know.
भाई जो भी रिलीजियस हेट दे रहा है मोड एक्टिव हो जाओ भाई सबको ये दो पाशा यार
and told him, please do that again. Let's see if you can at least try to go for that second place.
I feel like if he knew what he did, he would do it.
अबे
every day.
मत करो बे तुम भाई हेट क्या चल रहा है भाई
Rondo there, 10 eliminations.
मत करो
That's
boys
pretty good.
I mean, yeah, Sky is just a legend from Nepal.
भाई गेम देखो अभी chill करो
Yeah, currently looking at their position, 10th rank. But the one big outlier for them yesterday was that
Rondo.
Second place, like, almost got ruined by catch of
game
baby. How high can you climb up on that leaderboard? Because if they do end up finishing in 10th place, if I'm not mistaken, that is going to be 11,000. Now, if you get into a top 3 situation, that's going to be 20,000. I don't know about you guys, but 20,000.
Refresh, bro.
That's good money.
A lot better.
That's good money. You got to be able to get as much cash as you can. This is opportunity here. I mean, we're not
यार
going to see
net
a global event
क्या है
for a
भाई
couple of months. So if you can put it all on the line, you have to. Now, we did see some map change rotate. You know what? Never mind. We are getting into match number 1. We are finally.
Let's go, boy.
Crazy eliminations
Hearts in the chat, refresh karo. Hearts in the chat.
We're going to have the double play. The play card going to be the likes of Neyoo Factory or Yulin. It is going to be good for Yulin and Neyoo Factory. The hot that happens for Boom and Aurora. What's going to go down on Rondo?
For some of their squads, if you ever wanted to change it, if you had complaints about the plane path, depending on where it was going, those are all out of the window. This is going to be one of the best plane paths they got.
This is literally the hot drop plane path.
अब मत करो boys.
We just got on our screens. We'll see how things are going to be going down for these squads, but of course everything is going to be intense.
कौन से phones पे खेल रहे हैं पता नहीं वहाँ पे iPhone देते
PMCO season 1 final.
Yeah, Android रहेगा.
Decided any better. 4 Thrives fans, stand up, get ready to see if they can hang on. Indonesian fans here locally are looking for their squads to make a crazy comeback. But we're getting into the action here off the rip. Let's go ahead and throw it on over to our casters.
The drops are hot. And it's going to get hotter. We are ready for Rondo, and Team Flash are getting stuck straight in. We are going to go 1 for 1 right now.
FL भाई FL वाले मेरे को याद है यार PMGC में जो मारा था ये इनका ड्रॉप है ये इनका ड्रॉप है जब इन लोगों ने बहुत ड्रॉप क्लैश करा था
Neox Factory just yet. They're just about to touch ground though.
Absolutely, and Yulin looks absolutely
Infinix 50 Pro. Infinix
and we are getting our circle over towards here. It
optimized
favors for Thrives, but can they stick around in this location long enough? Huzaifa headed over towards Neox. They're their backup drop, and to be honest with you, where the circle currently lies actually isn't terrible if they do need to fully re-res on that side of things. But teams are going to be hunting them down today. I talked to Noki beforehand. He said that this team lives and dies by that momentum. When they're going strong, when they're going hard, then they can keep going harder. But if they slow down early on today, it would be detrimental performance. Now the guys on the desk, they set it up very well, John. The top 5 essentially need a 30-point game. There's a lot of teams to take that here.
Let's see if anyone else can try and slip through the cracks as well. Oro were able to take down a player from 4th rank.
ये FL का ड्रॉप है भाई इधर जो आएगा
lose most of their
जो बचा कैसो मैं सैमसंग भाई किक्स से सैमसंग भाई
play on 3 Elam points now. BTR
शुरू है क्या भाई
point or a knock certainly to start things off.
Petrol ले गया ये
as well down at the bottom of the table. It's currently in 14th, just lapped TT Project.
भाई
Furia finding Reefus. Horror continues to go crazy over
Razy. शुरू है भाई BTR का भी पंप है भाई टीम
here at the 2026 PMGO.
लैग हो रहा है यार नेट मेरा
They're going to roll forwards now, moving towards that center of the circle. I saw 721 potentially get caught into a sticky spot.
अब लैग हो रहा है अब नहीं हो रहा
Looks like that recall will be able to come through for 721. One of our teams really on last chance saloon right now. One of our top 5 contenders to potentially push all the way, so going down to one player this early, not great, but they have managed to get those recalls going on through now.
Aurora
अब लैग हो रहा है
by Boom. Make the move in, top goes down, and Yumi will grab him.
अब नहीं हुआ
Straight 1v1
बीच में होगा यार पता नहीं यार क्या है आज वाईफाई
Aurora no fear. Running up against the 2 players from 4th Thrives up top. 4th Thrives, remember, they need 10 points to get to the Smash zone. If they cannot reach that target this game, they'll have to go again in the next. And Smash won't be in effect until match 3. For 4th Thrives, a Rondo is always a great place to get those initial 10 points.
Fortunately, they lost a player
Audience
earlier
pump है
on
भाई
in this
उधर की
fight,
पंप
remember,
उधर की पंप रहती है
that had to get recalled out all the way over in, I think, pretty close to in Neox, right?
Now
they're sort of playing as two, although there is a third player regrouping onto it, trying to move in on the north side. So potentially Aura could be under threat.
But
It's a very smart strategy.
Abe Aura, what? Abe chat
sits over towards Neox factory.
कल Aura ने पहले मैच में इतने पॉइंट लेने के बाद भी 16 किल तो Aura के.
Once he's looted,
बाकी 5 मैच पूरा चोक करा.
And they rotate him in. Now they have another looted member in the engagement. IQ opens up towards Kamikaze, and that is 1 point closer to the 92-point threshold.
team का IGL का IQ है ना? T24.
Keep that pressure going on towards the outside. Aura going fairly low as BTR gets stuck into another scrap on the south area. Looking to try and keep control of that one. Nice and early on the game. Zypher does get
Sky
flushed away though.
No fear. ये इनकी team बहुत time से है. Sky,
no fear, to bring him back into the fight.
Yep, they'll rotate Falak afterwards, but losing a player there is rough, but another point added to the tally of IQ. Apparently just trying to find eliminations wherever they can. They didn't say they'd be changing their playstyle all that much today. Said they were just going to keep it exactly what they were doing yesterday. Just push and push and push and
pushing.
Yesterday was fantastic. Yesterday was an insanely good day. So if they can
अरे आपस में मत लड़ो इंडोनेशिया.
Tiny bit, they should be fine. Boom. Jabrinki goes down.
भाई इसको तो क्या उतारा है chat.
Uber doing pretty well to kick things off. They're up.
भाई लोग बाहर वाले आप देख रहे हो. चढ़ बाहर वाले रुकते नहीं है. बाहर वाले रुकते नहीं है. सिर्फ देते रहते हैं, सिर्फ देते रहते हैं.
Push all the way.
Paris जाओगे गारंटी से जाएंगे ना भाई, क्यों नहीं जाएंगे?
They'd love to get back there, but the gap that sits between them and Four Thrives is just so monumental.
Furia ने भी choke करा है
every single other team. Igor over by Test Track, unlikely to be able to get the recall there with Four Thrives having 2 players on spot.
3 point तो
just added a 3rd point. Blank. 7 more points now needed.
दे मेरे को लग रहा है पता नहीं
getting their way up there. Alaku moves out. BTR, Razy actually able to hold on and very, very swiftly too.
पता है मेरे को लग रहा है पता है chat smash रूल से जीत जाएंगे ये लोग.
Alaku should be picked up here. BTR have a little bit of a last-ditch approach to that one on 7-2.
पूरा
One of the
gut
rest
feel
of
आ
the
रहा है
team did
मेरे को.
move their way in. Octa will run
ये लोग
down
smash रूल से ही
sleeping.
जीत जाएंगे. ये मैच ये लोग 10 पॉइंट तो निकाल ही लेंगे नहीं और रोंडो है
eliminations,
और जो
but
मोमेंटम
now
में ये
we'll
लोग
need
हैं.
to get a move on, get some more players back up again. BTR trying to confirm.
परसों से BMPS का अपन क्या ही करे बताओ. अपने को फाइनल्स की वॉच पार्टी मिली बाय द वे परमिशन chat.
Currently playing.
उसमें भी मैं कंफ्यूज हूँ कि अगर हम फाइनल्स क्वालीफाई करते हैं
southwest edge.
तो मैं लैंड जाऊँ कि घर से बैठ के वॉच पार्टी करूँ.
Now we saw Sky be so dominant in these early game engagements yesterday. It was
anyone can explain smash rule. तो smash rule basically ऐसा होता है कि smash rule first day के बाद apply होता है. First day के बाद apply होता है ना chat?
Now they're looking to keep this pressure up with
कि second day के बाद.
You're right. I mean it's not a terrible start.
Land.
Keep this one moving though. It was Furia who really gathered momentum into the later part of the game.
First day के बाद apply होता है कि second day के बाद apply होता है?
Back up as 4. They're playing on the northeast side and actually they're playing in between.
Second day के बाद. मतलब basically last day पे apply होता है तो smash rule ऐसा रहता है
looking to put pressure on the
कि जितने भी तुम्हारे overall points हैं.
Over the top by Scarface.
ठीक है.
For
example, 100 पॉइंट है तुम्हारे फर्स्ट वाले के जितने पॉइंट है उसमें और 10 पॉइंट ऐड कर दो.
ये
फोर्थ इसके कल 82 थे तो उसमें और 10 पॉइंट ऐड मतलब 92. तो इन लोगों ने जो भी मैच में जरूरी नहीं कि पहले मैच में जो भी मैच में इन लोगों ने 92 पॉइंट क्रॉस करा. ठीक है. जो भी मैच में इन लोगों ने 92 पॉइंट क्रॉस करा उसके ही नेक्स्ट मैच में इन लोग को चिकन मारना है. अगर उसके नेक्स्ट मैच में इन लोग ने चिकन मारा तो इन लोग टूर्नामेंट जीत गए. फिर भले उसके बाद कितने भी मैचेस बचे रहे.
Four Thrives. They found another out in the open and that's against Furia. They're going to be wary of this enemy though. They know that they can't give too much ground here and they're playing as a duo. Another flush would be huge though for them. It would just again bring them closer to that mark. They'll add it to the tally.
मतलब
they go.
आपके हिसाब से फेयर है कि अनफेयर है ये मतलब?
I think there's a
मतलब सही है, फेयर है मेरे हिसाब से क्योंकि तुम फर्स्ट हो, there is a reason you are first. और उसका कोई प्रिविलेज तो होना ही चाहिए.
It was very unlikely to see teams sending center so.
और नहीं मारा चिकन तो क्या होगा फिर? जैसे टूर्नामेंट चल रहा है चलते जाएगा फिर स्मैश रूल हट गया.
This time not the case. No fear, can't quite
फिर
find the
उसके
shot
बाद
over towards the boys.
जो तुम्हारे
Over
नीचे
on
सेकंड टीम है, अगर
Boom
उन लोग ने वो
Yummy.
उतना पॉइंट क्रॉस करके
Having a
अगर उन
good
लोग ने
time
चिकन
with
मार
the
दिया, भले
first
वो
match.
सेकंड रहे, तो भी वो जीत
Tasty
जाएंगे.
with the corner play there. Focus also getting knocked in the meantime.
समझे?
For Goat, remember,
जरूरी नहीं है कि वो
such a
फर्स्ट
powerhouse
टीम के लिए
player to
अप्लाई
lose
है,
that
वो सारे
at this
टीम्स के लिए
point,
अप्लाई है.
not
जैसे अभी
ideal.
फ्यूरिया
If you
है,
hop over to a
फ्यूरिया ने
very
अगर दो
central
मैच में
position
92
here,
पॉइंट्स कर दिए अभी,
looking to take control of the
और
west
थर्ड
side
मैच
of
में
this
चिकन मार दिया
compound,
फ्यूरिया ने,
with
तो फ्यूरिया
BTR
चैंपियन है,
sitting
भले
opposite
फोर टीम्स
them.
फर्स्ट रहने
BTR
तो
playing
कोई
as
भी
three.
रहने दो.
Ulf do, I believe, have all four of their players alive, so it could potentially be difficult.
Free
if
Fire वाला
BTR
scene
want to
है.
try and push through,
पहले
but
Free Fire
I
में
can
आया था.
imagine that they do, not all the way at least.
Unfortunate EMP zone over
पहले Free
towards
Fire
the
में आया था
northeast
boys.
side, going to make rotating
If
in
2
a
days
little
so
bit more
on day
difficult for
day
Furia.
1 hashtag 1 smash points
Might
rule
just
of
wait this
second
one out
day
as they
third
come
day.
in towards the southwest.
Okay sir.
You've got Ulf here
Top
playing
का
in a
name
decent
चले.
position. Sadly for them, they don't have a huge amount of capability to get eliminations around this area because they're playing towards a small dip right now. It's fairly sloped around
ITX
that
का New Jersey
area.
देखी क्या?
And honestly, if Ulf
ITX
want to
New
make the
Jersey?
big run, right, if they want to go
Paris का
distance,
visa.
they need those eliminations.
मेरा I guess already
They
मेरे
might
पास
have to
Europe
wait them
visa
out
है.
a little bit here. Fourth
मैं
rise
घातक से
now
पूछा था, घातक ने
on
बोला
their
था
way in, but they're a
कि
little
हम
bit
लोग
later than the rest
2019
of the
में
team.
मिलान गए थे,
Again,
तो
a
उसको
lot
कितना
of
साल हुआ?
squads tend to slow things
उससे बोला
down
10 साल का
coming
अपने को
in
मिला था.
on the second
ऐसा उससे
day
बोला था.
when you are in contention for that match point, right?
Especially after having already got 4 eliminations. They are now
आज
6
दोबारा
points away
करोगे चेन
from
टुगेदर.
breaking
नहीं बे,
into
मैं तेरे को
that
बोल रहा था
match point
कि
area,
PUBG PC डाउनलोड करके रख, रात को
which
अपन
is
खेलेंगे PUBG
so
PC.
important.
गाइस आज किक पे
Rank that
PUBG
up.
PC स्ट्रीम करें बताओ.
Looking to get in towards the top 5 and getting 2
Not
more
ending my stream
eliminations.
until I get
Very,
7
very
chicken.
possible
ओए हो
for
रहा.
them. So just try and play this one much
Okay.
slower or get the elims as they come because that's what Yummy's
हो
doing.
रहा है.
For
हो रहा है,
Boom,
क्या
they have
joke
been
कर रही है
pretty
भाई?
brutal on the bottom side and that is Aura completely out. Eliminated there, 10th place locked in for them.
A very different start to their day than yesterday. Horror was dominating, looked like a demon within the lobby. Irina moves up, Tony K does go down, but not before. They do find
अबे
enough
टर्नी के और वो कौन था?
first place.
टोनी के.
Both
अभी एक
will
और
finish
बच्चा था,
off the
पता है
player
फेस.
up front in Tony K.
फेस में था गाइस, उसका नाम क्या था? भूल गया मैं.
Flash
फक
was a
उसका
little
नाम
bit
क्या था?
off
वो
the
बच्चा
regroup here
फेस में था.
for them, but they managed to get themselves all
टोनी
over.
था ना,
There's
वो भी
plays over
टोनी
towards that northwest
बहुत
side.
मारता
They
था,
are now
बहुत
in
मारता था.
position. We have quite a bit of
बहुत
water
मारता था,
down
मारते ही
towards the
रहता
south
था.
side. Mormon's going to get the recall, but this is far out the zone, dude. This is a long journey in.
8 eliminations, by the way, Blank, leading the lobby by a margin of 3 at least.
टोनी के
And a
बहुत
hard south
अरे
shift.
बाबा
Ooh, that water
बाबा.
gap is nasty. The
Bhai.
rotates around this area. I don't
Boom,
think
dead
it's going to be
center.
pretty. I don't think a lot of teams are going to be happy with this. And a lot of area on that southwest side is completely unoccupied.
Well, it's hard, right?
Vampire,
Because
Vampire,
now you
Vampire.
force the
वो
situation
Vampire में
where
हो
you
रहे
sort
हैं.
of have
Vampire
to
ने तो
rotate
भाई
over
Vampire का
towards
पता है
the southeast. If you want to make
2024
it round, you could make
या
a late
23
decision now
कौन
to
सा साल
try
था?
and take the
2023
bridges
से
on the
24
west
क्या
side,
रन
but
आया था.
if you are the
GCB
likes of Ulf,
जीते,
if you are like the
फिर
BTR,
EWCB
it is
जीते,
difficult
ऐसा
to
कुछ
make
तो
that
2
rotation.
टूर्नामेंट 3 टूर्नामेंट
Four
लगातार
Thrives
जीते थे वो लोग
might
एक
have
ही
just
साल
found
में.
an opening here. There is a small gap in the circle down towards the southwest. This
और
is where I
पाँच
feel
डाल
like
रहे
Four
भाई.
Thrives do their best work.
एंटी डालेगा तो कैसे भाई से
Make the
कैसे
send,
आएगा?
but they're
और
being a little
एनबोटी
bit cautious
क्वालिफाइड
about
से
this.
ज्यादा फर्क नहीं
The
पड़ेगा.
reason I think they're being cautious is because they're only in one vehicle right now. All 4 of them were in the same vehicle, moving down on the eastern side. Grab another vehicle.
वो
try
मतलब वो
split
legit
your,
वो लोग ने
split
और वो
your
वर्ल्ड
bet,
पे भी
right,
फर्स्ट
hedge it
रैंकिंग
a
पे चल
little
रहे थे
bit
भाई.
and go in
अभी वर्ल्ड रैंकिंग
separately.
पे कौन सी
I think
टीम फर्स्ट
that's
चल रही है
what they
शायद?
managed to find now, though, and they
कौन सा
imagine-
रीजन फर्स्ट चल रहा है?
imagine
चाइना
they're
है
gonna be
कि
trying to
क्या
seed it a
थाईलैंड
little bit
वाइलैंड है?
faster at this point.
Making the cross, making the rotate in.
सब लोग बोलते हैं सबसे toughest
just
region
because they are
is
such an important team to take a look at. 7-2-1.
Middle
See if
East.
they take shots over towards Fourth Rise, but it seems they're just letting them pass calmly. Nades coming down from Boom. Boom's in an extremely good spot. S2G rotated towards that south side and have now found themselves in a fight with Boom for one of the most contested areas.
मार दो
I
अरोरा.
don't think that they can push up the hill now.
फुल
Black
सपोर्ट है भाई.
pushing in the west.
अरोरा ना भाई
Aurora
इधर की
and
आरसीबी
Surprise
है.
potentially crashing
इंटरनेशनल
into
लॉबी की
this.
आरसीबी है
It is
अरोरा.
such a difficult set of ridges to try and summit. Everybody's going to take shots at you as you try and go up, and Boom can just let you throw yourself across those rocks.
नियो इसमें हमको कुछ समझाओ टीम पर बात करो भाई. भाई आप बोलो तो आपको खाना भी खिला दूं.
Kind of
क्या बात करना, enjoy
side, the
करना
bank
है.
is kind of sloping upwards. All that does is give you a little bit of isolation. You're going to need some cover off the back of this, though. Vehicles are going to have to go down. You might need some emergency cover flares. But for teams over towards your western side,
एनालाइज तो क्या ही करूँ मैं यार. वो इंटरनेशनल खेल रहे उधर में.
right now, and
मेरा मैं कोई
stand
नहीं करता भाई कोई जगह पे. इनको मैं एनालाइज करूँ.
second place.
जयपुर आ रहे हैं. अबे पारी तो है अभी तक. साले पारी तो टाइम टू टाइम तो मेरे को याद दिलाता रहता है कि तू अभी तक जिंदा है. जयपुर आऊंगा यार अगर अपनी टीम करेगी क्वालीफाई तो जरूर आऊंगा जीते हुए आई तभी
For 6 by the team at the bottom of the tables. Dubran does so much now, but his focus. No. And he can't find out. Was that a 1v4 against Goats?
I mean, Dubran keeps
1v4 दिया क्या इसने?
He gets it done well. Getting the 1v4 is kind of
ये क्या टीम की नाम है GST? भाई मैंने GST नहीं भरा है भाई मेरा.
Will dig the Grays alongside with them.
दिया भाई.
Now making
1v4.
4 thrives. They've got a split here. This is a nasty cross angle. Furia need to assault one of these positions and fast, but they don't know if it's 2 teams or just for one. And Furia will lose 1. Obviously for 4 Thrives, this is a massive deal because this is the chasing team.
But the 2 players have been knocked over on 4 Thrives. IQ and Hazaifa have both been knocked here.
Abbe, ye to
With
pinned
6
hai.
teams, though, they are so close to the boundary. And T24 puts another on the tally.
3 away.
Furia fall. That's their 2 closest competitors now out of this game.
3 away. Falak needs to move over to the 2 players underneath. Boom is sending across with Yummy though. Was looking for a little scout here. There's 3 eliminations, 3 flushes. But Boom doesn't want to assault. BTR though continue. Let's stretch on the northeast side as the arena moves up. 1 goes down, the second is good too.
Axel with a chance does manage to tag the arena on the back.
BTR की early lineup थोड़ी weak है क्या chat?
BTR up to 7 steps forwards with the shotgun, but the shots from up the top window there just too powerful, and BTR are overwhelmed.
BTR की early lineup थोड़ी weak है. Alter ego है क्या? बस alter ego नहीं है यार.
Rosemary नहीं है. Brings us back towards that water.
देखो यार मैं तो watch party करता हूँ.
Very unlikely
just to enjoy. बकचोदी करो.
Right now.
Watch party वो है. Analyze करना मतलब वो भी सही है. अगर हारेगा कोई तो analyze करेंगे.
On the northern side of Boom, potentially.
But
yeah, really rough circle. A lot of unplayable. Right now, Aurora holding a very good compound down towards the southwest side. But the question is how long it's going to be in play for. 7-2-1 next up to the play. 4 Thrives can profit off this one as well. IQ sends some shots in. Malik though opens up through the smoke. Great shot. Alaku out. 8 eliminations now.
जीत गया मेरे को लग रहा है जीत
Getting
गया.
closer
Smash
and
rule की भी
closer to
जरूरत
the
नहीं
top
है. अपन
8.
तो smash rule पे
Can
ध्यान
they
देंगे.
get
Without smash rule
92 this match?
This is looking gnarly blank. They might be able to throw that door open with such a small point difference as well. They just need to survive into the placements. That is such a huge focus that they can draw on now to just get themselves over that line. Get up into 6th place. Very, very possible in a circle like this. With so many teams that still need to push their way in.
Boom
Look
is
at
so
4
willing
thieves
to push this as well, just because they're fending off S2G at the same time. So
4
4
thieves
Thrives very
tries, 4
much
tries.
safe
Oh,
by the
fuck
fact
100
that
thieves.
S2G is looming off in the distance here, and Boom is desperate to hold on to this compound that sits atop the hill. Very, very interesting turn of events. 7-2-1
same quality seems so much
stabilization coming from 4
Soft
Thrives.
लोग ने
Not
रखा है.
sure they were ready to shoot in that moment. Masku gets up to a hard bit of cover.
HDR में करना चाहिए था ना.
Safe for the time being. You've still got the rest of the arena to come in from that eastern side though. And 7-2-1
HDR में करना. HDR
Gaming
में करेगा तो
stars as
feel
well
आएगा
from the
क्या?
south. 4 Thrives can chill out a little bit. The north side seemingly not willing to make a move just yet. Gaming stars did push 7-2-1 and it's an unfavorable fight with 4 Thrives. But they just pushed them all the way over that boundary. IQ, he spots the arena moving off in the distance.
This is so funny to me that you're having this situation that anytime a team tries to aggress on 4 Thrives, suddenly that team is getting third party or they're being held out. So 4 Thrives is essentially guarded by 4 separate teams at the moment. No one can make their way over to them.
अबे खींचा है भाई. अबे लोग खींच रहे भाई.
IQ picks up.
दो बंदे उतार दिए क्या?
Flush. I think it was just a knock so far, but they would love to find more. Another team goes down and 1 step closer to the placement points. 7-2-1 have Malik down out in the open. I think that was the knock that IQ was able to
अबे hard drift आ गया भाई इन पे.
The circle gives them the loop as well.
खत्म भाई champions.
Right over towards the Pakistani team. They are having the time of their lives right now.
This is 100% match point. I mean, there's no doubt in my mind at this point with Falak and the rest of 4 Thrives just in this gorgeous position, protected by so many squads on the outside. And this is when you have to change up the game. You have to hunt down these teams. And they're just making it so hard for themselves to even get more points on the day.
अपन तो smash rule के लिए देख रहे हैं. Without smash rule ही जीत जाएंगे. 40 point का lead है भाई.
I'm looking up the question of the north side here, Blank. What are Team Flash and Ulf gonna do?
S2G
They could
be dead
potentially
center mein,
try and ruin 4 Thrives here, out on that eastern side. I think for Ulf, it's probably more likely Team Flash maybe a little bit more of an outside chance, but there's another knock going over and through. That means another team is out, and we are into placement now. They have guaranteed
Neyoo, did
at
you
least
see
one
difference
more.
in PMGC gameplay and this one? International is going crazy by both.
A single
International lobby is
is
just
what they're looking for.
different.
Just 1 point required now for 4 Thrives. A very simple game.
Like karo bhai stream ko chat 5000 likes karte.
General localization over towards GameStar as well.
But bhi nahi karta bole ka like.
The 4 Thrives, this could not have gone better for them on this game.
Stream karo aur
and again, they're just a team that's willing to make these pushes.
Finding a spot over towards
next game chicken now.
Chicken
Chicken nahi bhi hoga to 40 points difference 5 मैच में कवर करना मतलब तुम्हें 5 मैच में पहले 40 पॉइंट का डिफरेंस कवर करना पड़ेगा और वो 5 मैच पहले ऐसा तो नहीं कि ये लोग 0 पॉइंट्स लेंगे 40 ये भी कुछ ना कुछ तो लेंगे 10 15 20 पॉइंट पॉसिबल है हो गया चैंपियंस अगर अब इनको हराना है तो एक ही चीज है वो स्मैश वो भी मेरे को टफ लग रहा है
Solus is popped out the back of the vehicle, but they get underneath the bank.
They've got it. Blank. They've got it. They've got that extra elim now, and 4 Thrives are into the match point with the placement that they'll earn off this game guaranteed. It's very likely that one of those teams on the north goes down soon as well. With Team Flash on the ropes. Topsy goes down. We're on 7 teams now remaining, and they are starting to burn through these players.
Sanju.
Just no one's looking at this squad. I mean, it's the important squad to look at, and there feels like there's just been absolutely no attention paid to this team. It's mind-boggling because it's the squad that needs to go out.
अबे इससे जो ये आउटफिट पहना है उसे पहने ये मेरा पहला आउटफिट था पता है ये पहला मेरे को
बेसिक मिला था Ulf still doing well though.
ये पहला मेरा
as they can. Boom up to 8 points on this. They passed that 9th point barrier. Octa finding a shot over towards Falak though.
They're just so safe on this eastern side. I think you're right. Teams haven't pushed into them. I think their position, though, in this match, with these circle shifts specifically, has been pretty unassailable, right? With solid holds, it's been very, very difficult. The only team that might have been able to do it was Furia earlier on.
Or 7-2-1. I think most of the time when it's come down to it, it's just been other teams third-partying the squad, going for 4 Thrives. And realistically, they set themselves up well, where they have to play on this bank edge, right? Where they have the entire this circle over towards the eastern side. They know it's clear, so there's going to be no team shooting them from the back. So we do have to give them credit for that. They place themselves in a position where it's other teams that are going to get assaulted and not them. They're at the back of the queue when it comes to those engagements. Now the real test, 4 Thrives versus Ulf, because
जो पाकिस्तान को एड दे रहा है ऐसा मत लिखो है no religious discrimination लिखो है क्या ना फिर पिन करूंगा मैं
the Pakistani team.
जो पाकिस्तान को एड दे रहा है ये क्या लिखा है
So their jobs technically
supporter थोड़ी है भाई उनके केले
How much further can they go, though? Because even if you do get past match point, remember, you do have to then subsequently get a chicken dinner to get that smash victory, right? And
that religious discrimination.
As simple as just doing it. You have to take those spots. You have to take those knocks, take those fights. So points still very much could come into play here for 4 Thrives. They would love to put more distance between them and Fury. As it sits, they're at least 42 points ahead. So
they're making the push.
Tasty. A big push, not coming through. It's coming through from Gaming Stars. The Turkish team now looking to slam straight on into the position. But 4 Thrives have managed to heal it up. IQ goes for one. IQ looks for more, but has to fade back away. The rest of his team now to pick up the mantle, and they are mincing through Gaming Stars. They put themselves in. The red highlight on the kill feed comes through.
डालना ही था तो मुंह पे ही डाल देते
So good from 4 Thrives. An unbelievable performance from them from yesterday coming into today. Noki said, we're not going to change anything. We're just going to keep going. We don't want to stagnate. We want to stay on fire on these matches, and they certainly have here. There is a bonfire lit beneath the feet of the Pakistani squad. So cool to see here from 4 Thrives. And no one else even takes a look. Technically, their rotation is not that terrible.
And if you're Boom, I don't think you really need to be stepping out here. They are just holding down their compound. They've profited so much off this. 10 eliminations.
The thing is here, with the speed at which they're differentiating themselves from every single squad in the lobby, I think at this point in time, The only way another team wins this by the end of match 6, if we get there, is by smash.
They're going to have such a lead. A knock comes through. Octa finally chiming in. A second will be found. More knocks raining down the hill. Falak and T24 could potentially be going down here, but the rest are going to come through as fast as they can pick them back up. Have not been able to move all the way forward. IQ will keep it together a little bit. There's that first nade, and a huge nade from up on high. Boom! Blast away the tournament leaders. All for that. Oh, huge nade comes in. What on earth was that? What on earth from IQ? He's able to blast them back. He says, no, you're not stepping to us today.
IQ taking the nade genius test, and he comes out on top with a double there on side. Fantastic work from him playing as a backstop. 16 points. Like I said, the only way 4 Thrives lose this tournament is to a smash.
And every other team that was chasing did do super well here. Ulf was the closest team. They've just got taken down. They are not going to be anywhere near them at the end of this match.
Ye kya mara bhai?
The question is,
double their points. Exactly. Exactly double the second place team's points.
How solid is that 92 boundary?
Shit.
The real question, I mean, again, this is the thing though, Rondo was that map to get the 30 points. It's not as available on other maps. You have to try so much harder, put in so much extra work because the res beacons aren't there. And with 4 Thrives being so far ahead, it's the mental game now. These guys, they are having a leisurely day out here at PMGO. There's no pressure whatsoever. They know that even if they just get to match 6 and perform kind of well, they still win.
Boom, take a knock from S2G. Blank, I think this is probably the most dominant.
बारिश हो रहा है भाई नियो कोलकाता में. अरे यार इधर बारिश ही नहीं हो रहा है. कब आया? नियो डॉग ऐसे ही खिलाता है. अभी देखा 2-3 मैच के बाद कमबैक शुरू हो जाएगा.
But it's the most crazily dominant.
अब तो बहुत लेट हो गया यार. 2-3 मैच के बाद तो 2 ही मैच बचेंगे. फिर कौन सा कमबैक आ रहा है?
It may be even crazier.
Let's go guys. 5,000 likes. जितने भी हो stream पे.
Got something to prove. Boom,
that's it. 5,000 likes, boys.
Trying to go for the same thing. The team yesterday, they didn't do horribly. But I don't think they performed up to expectation. Now looking to push themselves further up those tables. Through Rondo, Solke goes down, and honestly, this sort of was the winning position from the start of the match. Boom, took it in both their hands and have not let go since.
Trying to keep it together.
Don't be a religious hate there.
Another nade over the top. Solke is low, and that's going to finish him off. Another point added to Boom's tally. Blank with a chicken dinner here. They would jump up in towards second place and be the closest competitor towards that smash boundary.
TT तो बच ही रही है पूरे टाइम यहाँ पे. Boom ने अगर चिकन मारा, Boom भी निकाल सकती है, bro.
Sit in their way, but this is also a big game for TT Project. Remember, because they're trying to jump up and get in towards that 11th place.
Did Boom raid the armory? How are they coming into these final fights with 12 nades total? Good damage, good shots coming through from Neyoo. Sanju finally goes down and his reign of terror is over, but the nades keep pouring through. The airburst not quite finding the damage.
Yeah, perfect. Still got more to send, but Boom is down on their knees.
Getting the res now, they need to pick themselves back up. S2G still trying to put nades uphill.
Boom जीतेगा नहीं रे. 4 tries को तुम अभी बस एक ही चीज से हरा सकते हो. That's smash. वरना it's impossible यार. इतना point का lead 16 point पहले मैच में निकाले. कितना 16 और 4th है. 4th के कितने मिलते हैं? 4th के कितने point मिलते हैं boys? 4 point 4th के.
TT Project
20 point पहले मैच में. 102 पे हो. 52 points का lead है. कैसे हरा सकते हो?
Good shots over towards Octa, trying to create a forward position for the rest of the squad. El Beryl, as well as Sanju though. Two players you cannot scoff at here. Sanju consistently having good nades, and there's another.
Easy. Looking for more as well. Boom, if they get into second place here, Blank, they will be able to jump up into second place, but Lost is still in the fight. And it's all down to the one player for Boom, and he's taken a lot of damage. There's more nades still coming. This first aid needs to be big. Survived it. One more nade and one more smoke. Maybe all it takes, but Boom have run the cupboard dry. No more nades in pocket. TT Project is starting to go low as well, though.
El Beryl
It's a 1v3, not to mention the two players behind.
Up
Move
to
slightly
Bhatai.
forward, but into the purview of the nades. An unfortunate step up coming through from Boom, but they end their game on 14 eliminations in the third place. It's not terrible. S2G, it might be a little late to be stepping up now, guys.
A TT Project, this is their game to push up into 11th place with another nade over the top on towards Lost. It's just Hamdi now raining, and he is caught taking a dirt nap. The shots to the back will shut it down, and the TT Project, this could be their
international lobby में
EWC
one-sided
spot
domination that
on
means
this
not so
day.
tough lobby. ऐसा नहीं है भाई तुम्हें पता है
But the biggest story of all,
मतलब
4 Thrives, doubling the point scoring from second place, getting into match point. Game 1, how short is this day going?
Why Snack supporting 4-3 and Pakistan so much? उसकी पूरी chat में पाकिस्तानी आ रखे हैं भाई, and he openly supports them.
They did
I mean,
everything they needed to do, but now
I don't know. कोई no
don't really matter to them. That is the only thing that they should be.
I love to see these faces and these comments, feel it boys and deal with it. क्या करे हमारी इंडियन टीम कुछ करे अच्छा बार खेल नहीं सकते, वो डिसाइड करेंगे लॉबी कैसी है भाई। देखो इसके लिए अपन आते हैं, फन करते हैं, कुछ मत बोलना। ना नो कमेंट्स, नो कमेंट्स।
This last game felt lackluster to
No
me
comment.
in terms of playing off the back of the smash roll. But going forward, 4 Thrives are going to have a big old bullseye landed right on their back.
फाइनल क्वालिफाई करेंगे अपन, तो यहाँ से अब जो है वो EWC के स्लॉट्स है। हाँ बॉयज, यहाँ से जो है अब वो EWC के स्लॉट जाएंगे। जैसे टिंडर टेट गॉन। ये क्या है?
अबे ये कौन आ गया? ये धप्पा जोड़ भाई, खोल ग्राइंड कर अच्छे से, हाथ सेट कर, वरना हमें मारेगा कौन आके कोचिंग की में।
ये मेरा किक अकाउंट है, हम लोग यहाँ पे डेली लाइव स्ट्रीम। नाइस मैच मेकिंग।
शॉटगन दे देता हूँ, ये देख मिलते हैं जल्दी। अबे ये कौन आ गया? ये देख क्या सीन है। हेलो,
नाइस मैच मेकिंग।
शॉटगन दे देता हूँ, बाजू में बैठ जाऊंगा। ये धप्पा जोड़ कहाँ गया? धप्पा जोड़ भाई खोल। ये दे तो क्या? ये धप्पा जोड़ भाई खोल। अरे भाई ये धप्पा जोड़ है नंबर 3, बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी।
भाई क्यों नहीं हुआ?
भाई ये क्या हो गया?
ये अभी होगा, अभी हुआ नहीं है।
क्यों देख रही थी मेरे?
यार स्पेक्टेट करेंगे ना तेरे को, वो गेम प्ले देखना।
स्नाइप पे है। मत देखो।
ऐसा है निंजा?
ओ भाई, कोई छत पे मत रहना भाई, नीचे आ जाना। खेल खत्म है ऊपर। अच्छा।
निंजा को सिखा रहा है तू कहाँ रहना कहाँ नहीं रहना। आईजे ले बेटे।
आईजे ले। अबे भाई।
नहीं ऊपर है ठीक है।
भाई ये स्नैक से रिलेटेड कमेंट्स का रिप्लाई मत देना भाई, ये चाहते हैं कि तू कुछ बोले। हाँ मेरे को पता है। सेम है
तेरे वाले ने मारा मेरे को।
कवर फायर नहीं दे रहा तू आईजे को।
राइट रुकना नहीं है।
अरे रैप दे रहा हूँ आईजे ने।
कोई टीम नहीं, तेरा भाई है।
5 बैंडेज आ जा।
हीलिंग ले फर्स्ट एड ले। लेफ्ट पे भाई, इसने चाकू मारा था और लग भी गया मेरे। रुक मैक्सी सत्यम भाई, मैक्सी करो। चल
ओए अरे यार इधर से
वॉच आउट। कॉल गया ना
एक ऊपर नॉक पड़ा।
बाम आता ही मतलब
कौन है? अरे भाई
ये लोग दोनों का ये साथ पे ही होगा ना।
तेरा भाई है ना फिर।
इसका और मजे ले क्या
TAG जोनाथन की BMPS से एक ऐसी क्लिप देखने को मिली है जिससे काफी लोग शॉक हो गए हैं। आज की वीडियो में गाइस इसके बारे में हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं। क्या रेगल्टोस SA12 को लीव कर रहे हैं? लाइव स्ट्रीम पर फिर वो रिप्लाई किए। तो आज की वीडियो गाइस काफी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाली है। तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं PMGO के बारे में। तो गाइस फाइनली PMGO के ग्रैंड फाइनल स्टार्ट हो चुके हैं एंड कल यहाँ से एक टीम ने सबको एकदम सरप्राइज कर दिया, जो की है पाकिस्तान की टीम 4 Thieves Esports। एंड लुक्स लाइक गाइस ये परफॉर्मेंस के बाद पाकिस्तान के पास PUBG
अबे हार्ट स्पैम करो भाई चैट पे।
ये चीज पर गाइस स्नैक्स गेमिंग भी रिप्लाई किए जब डे 1 पर ही वो #2 वाली टीम से 33 पॉइंट्स की एक लीड बना लिए हैं। डे 1 पर गाइस ये टीम 6 मैच में से 3 मैच में चिकन डिनर भी निकाली।
2 versus 2 is 1v2 1v1 weapon swap with the shotgun around his teammate. He finds it. He gets it done and 4 thrives. Do so much, go so far. Is there nothing these guys can't do at the top of the tables?
Bro, they are actually the champions, man. Bhai, champions, bro. 3 chicken मार दिया back to back. Bro, they actually are champions, bro. Damn, bro. First global trophy for crazy भाई आ रही है, मतलब मेरे को लग रहा है कि जीत गए भाई, क्योंकि बहुत ज्यादा लीड है, बहुत ज्यादा लीड है।
और गाइस नेक्स्ट हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं जोनाथन गेमिंग की BMPS से वो क्लिप के बारे में। तो गाइस लास्ट मेरा मार्क के मैप पर हमको एक ऐसा मूवमेंट देखने को मिलता है जहां पर सामने वाले प्लेयर बाबा के ऊपर नेड करते हैं एंड वो टाइम पर गाइस बाबा एकदम ओपन में होते हैं, उनके पास कोई भी कवर नहीं होता है एंड एग्जैक्टली ये पॉइंट पर आप देख सकते हो नेड का उनके ऊपर डैमेज पड़ता हुआ दिख रहा है। बट इसके बाद भी गाइस बाबा की एक भी HP कम नहीं होती है। वो पूरा मूवमेंट मैं आपको प्ले करके दिखा देता हूँ, जो की समझना काफी डिफिकल्ट है ऐसा कैसे हो गया।
ग्रेनेड जो परफेक्टली उनको कुक करना है, सामने की साइड पर डाला, डैमेज जी नहीं उतना नहीं पड़ा।
भाई क्या है भाई?
और गाइस नेक्स्ट एक अपडेट निकल कर आती है रेगल्टोस की तरफ से।
ब्रोकन है क्या गेम?
SA12 को लीव करने के बारे में। तो गाइस रैंडमली ऐसे ही एक जन उनकी लाइव स्ट्रीम पर ये लिखे थे कि काफी टाइम से आप हमको SA12 के दूसरे क्रिएटर रहे हो। तो उनके एक्स टीममेट ऐश के बारे में तो आप लोग सुने ही होंगे। ये दोनों ही प्लेयर्स हमको पास बारे में
लिस्ट मेरे एक पुराने प्लेयर वी गॉट ऐश फैनेटिक ऐश जो ओजी में था, जित्सु में था, रिमेंबर गाइस माय ओल्ड टीममेट। हमने उसको एज एन एनालिस्ट लिया है, सो ही इज विद अस। वो मुझे हेल्प करता है सारी चीजों में बिकॉज ही हैज ऑल द नॉलेज।
फाइट निकाला एंड देन पूरा गेम हमें मतलब मोमेंटम बैठता है प्लस गेम ओपन अप हो जाता है। वहाँ पे हम थोड़ा लैग किए, उसमें फाइट्स भी आती हैं, कम्युनिकेशन भी आता है कि प्लेयर सिनर्जी आती है थोड़ी थोड़ी, मतलब बहुत छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं जिनमें हम लैग किए हैं। जितना से इतना कुछ ऐसा मेजर नहीं था कि रोटेशन में मर जा रहे हैं या जोन ही नहीं मिल रहे हैं, जोन के बाहर रह रहे हैं आधे से ज्यादा टाइम। परफेक्ट पोजीशनिंग थी बट थोड़ा फाइट्स पे वर्क करना है, कोऑर्डिनेशन पे वर्क करना है।
और गाइस नेक्स्ट हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं BGMI Esports में लूट ट्रक के बारे में। तो गाइस कम्युनिटी में हमको काफी मिक्स ओपिनियंस देखने को मिलते हैं कि क्या Esports में लूट ट्रक अलाउ होना चाहिए या फिर नहीं, क्योंकि हर बार हमको लूट ट्रक एक फिक्स ड्रॉप के पास में देखने को मिलता है। आपका ओपिनियन इस पर क्या है गाइस, मेरे को कमेंट्स में जरूर बताना। वेल स्नैक्स गेमिंग ये कहे
यार ये अलाउड क्यों है Esports में?
Maybe they don't want anyone else to get a loot truck.
ये एक्चुअली अलाउड नहीं होना चाहिए ना, उनको क्या लगता है? मतलब पूरा लेवल 3 गियर मिलता है इसमें, तुरतुरी भी मिल जाती कभी कभी level 3 और इतना यूटिल मिलता ना तुमको यार। ये अलाउड नहीं होना चाहिए मेरे हिसाब से। तुम लोगों का क्या ओपिनियन है? होना चाहिए, बट होना चाहिए बात तो है, बट वो स्पेसिफिक ड्रॉप्स के पास ही आता है ना।
और गाइस नेक्स्ट हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं मयूर गेमिंग की BGMI ID बैन के बारे में। तो गाइस कल हम बात किए थे मयूर BGMI की ID के बारे में, जिसको कुछ टाइम के लिए बैन कर दिया गया था। अब वो अलग बात है कि मयूर गेमिंग उसको कुछ आवर्स में अनबैन करवा लिए थे, बट एग्जैक्टली उसके पीछे का क्या रीजन था इस पर रिप्लाई करके लोल्स गेमिंग ये कहे
मयूर की ID बैन क्यों हो गई? अरे वो ज्यादा बॉट मार लिए साली ने। उतरता है बॉट मारता है आ जाता है, उतरता है बॉट मारता है आ जाता है, उतरता है बॉट मारता है आ जाता है। BGMI ने बोला एडे ले गाफ में चक्कू और निकल। अच्छा किया उसको बैन कर दिया साला, अगले सीजन थोड़े कम बॉट मारेगा।
वेल गाइस लोल्स गेमिंग बात कर रहे हैं, देन इसके बाद वो बात की अभी के टाइम BGMI में न्यू अपडेट के बारे में कि ये वाले अपडेट में रैंक
यार अपने BGMI में बैन होना बहुत कॉमन चीज है क्या?
More match here. This tournament's over. So they'd have to get a ton of eliminations and nothing but second places to actually break that record.
The thing now for this squad is, as you were saying earlier, Max, they really don't have to worry about the eliminations. The eliminations were coming.
मतलब बैन क्यों हुआ?
They just have to worry about their rotations, and the rotations was out perfectly.
कोई और गेम में कोई बैन हो जाए तो बहुत बड़ा सीन हो जाता है भाई।
In that last round from this squad is they could have just gone and split squads. They could have fully sended, but no, they were passive. They waited for the right time. They make sure they took their time, scout, see what Aurora was going to end up doing, because Aurora actually ended up doing that crazy splitting between those, and then just go into the circle. I love what I'm seeing out of Fourth Drives here. The composure, the patience, and making sure they have
ये लोग का भले कम crowd रहे, but इनका crowd बहुत energetic रहता है. जब हम भी गए थे ना खेलने, इतना crowd नहीं था. But जितने थे ना बहुत ज़्यादा वो रहते हैं.
They did not qualify right away through their group. I feel like the survival stage saved them, gave them so much more experience and also exposure to this lobby. Now, all the fixes that we talked about, those 2-2 splits are beautiful. The rotations are on point. And if you guys were looking at the North American scene last year, we had a smash from Wolves, low eliminations. That's all you need. You don't even have to get a single elimination. All you need is that chicken dinner hot tricks to be crowned the PMCO champion.
Mar! Look at that trophy right there, folks. And as soon as you said that, that trophy shook a little bit right there, because I think Fourth Drive, it is calling their name. It is, I don't even know who's going to stop these guys at this point. I got to be realistic, folks. That is so many points they are ahead. And we saw in that last game, right? A team perfectly third-party squad that was crashing on them. Even fate seems to be going in the favor of Fourth Drives at this point.
We'll have to see a lot more aggression from some of their squads. You got to give props to like Bigatron, to Boom as well. This is the aggression that we kind of expected to see out of this squad, and I don't expect them to slow down, especially with how crazy the crowd got here. You can feel it vibrate. I know these players can't hear them, but you can feel the vibrations whenever they would get an elimination, whenever they would even start engaging, the crowd would just go absolutely nuts.
Absolutely nuts.
Boom and Bigatron to get even more elimination points.
Well, let's see who's going to get them
into
Arid Gale. If Fourth Drives win this game, this tournament is over and they will be crowned your PMGO Season 1 champions.
PMGO Season 1?
Or actually, you're going to have to stretch a decent amount
PMGO
to make
Season
it
1?
that Western Bridge. Are we going to see some teams try and catch them off guard as they try and make that pivot? That is going to be a bit of a question mark into this game. Otherwise, I feel like, Seven, we've seen worse playing paths in PMGO Season 1. But the western side, next to Pachinko,
what the fuck are they
really things are going to get dicey.
Or do they maybe want to just go for a second drop? They maybe want to end up going somewhere else because of just how honestly their drop location is so exposed.
चल रहा है यार अब घर वर तो रेडी है उनका कुछ तो भी एक बिल पास होना रहता है पता है लिफ्ट विफ्ट का बहुत कुछ होता है अब होगा कब होगा ड्रॉप क्लैश होता है इनका ये इसमें
they don't have to fight over vehicles. Hopefully they can get another vehicle without having to fight, but there's a lot of teams around them, Hot Troops. It might get spicy in the phase 1.
Yeah, it's going to get spicy indeed as we take it on over to our casters. Boys, is this it? Is this the last game?
Well, if you remember yesterday, remember when Fourth Drives got their first chicken dinner, Blank?
यार मैं जा रहा शाम को आता विजिटर क्या हो गया क्या सीखने जा रहा है
Well, we're into game 2 of today.
PUBG बिजी करके रख भाई डाउनलोड
Looks like they might have some competition on spot though.
Thing is, right now, is it's not that big of a deal for anyone in that top side of the lobby to go for a hot drop over towards Fourth Drives, because at worst you lose the hot drop, at best you take 1 or 2 players down and you get another game on it. The circle is treacherous down towards the southwest side of the map here, towards Primos, Quarry, and with the plane path being so far over towards the northeast, goodness me, it is a hard rotating for a lot of these teams. Funnily enough though, Fourth Drives might just be at the start of the queue. Right? They're all the way down towards yellows. They can make a quick pass over towards Ferry Pier, wherever they like.
Hit mila मजा है.
You go on this position.
अबे chill है.
If you're Fourth Drives, if I'm
तो ज़्यादा hit
putting
दे
myself
रहे
in the
भाई
main Fourth Drives, I'm looking at the circle. I'm knowing we're going to have a really early position. Is it a North Quarry?
You could play Quarry split around the warehouses easily. I mean, it wouldn't be a terrible place to play. You don't want to get stuck in too early there, but there is certainly compounds to work with here. You could even try and head over towards the kind of the God compound, roads, just to the northwest side of Quarry. Also not a terrible place to play, but it looks like TT Project's already heading over there now.
क्या रे कनव इतने से hit में डर लग गया तेरे को क्या रे कनव रे
I mean, I'm just so preoccupied with what Fourth Drives are doing in this match. I mean, there is a lot of moving parts in the rest of this tournament as well, of course, with those qualification spots that mean so much on the road to EWC.
क्या रे कनव अब समझा तेरा भाई कैसा झेलता है
right about TT Project, who now up in 8th place, 42 points. 11th place is 36 points. It's still very flexible there for TT Project. They just want to hold on to that. They want to hold that spot. And funnily enough, they are the other team who is right at the front of the queue, getting into this next circle.
For some of our decent teams, right, yesterday, match 4 is around about when they hit that 40-point mark. So even that, the likes of Ulf, for the likes of Furia, wouldn't be enough to put them above 92 points. So for these two squads, even 4 really.
Aaj spam karo chat mein kitna hate hai yaar tumhare andar ke bakchodi kar rahe ho
7-2-1. Because of this point sponge at the top, you need a massive match. You really need a massive match here. A 20-pointer, and then you need 4 thrives to go down. Like I said, I do not see this getting to match 6 without 4 thrives just winning off points alone. The only way they lose is via smash ruling.
It's yeah, definitely their main threat.
आज spam करो भाई मेरे को नहीं चाहिए मेरी audience को चाहिए hate करे बच्चे जो है भागो गए
EWC qualification
2023 में बहुत hate झेला हूँ
with RRQ obviously not playing anymore. They got knocked out in a bit of an upset back in their group stage. If BTR get 11th place or higher, it's very likely that there's no way that they can fall down. There's chasers in the game, sure, but Team Flash already ahead of them, Arena already ahead of them. They're very likely also have locked in their spots for EWC.
नियो भाई आरटीएक्स के लाडलों को पंप करो पंप है भाई लौंडे तो पंप है अरे हो जाए कल से सेमीफाइनल्स चैट कल से मैच स्टार्ट हो रहा है चिल नियो भाई ये सब चलेगा ही कोई ना अपना टाइम
With the point sponge being in play as well for Boom, they just don't really need to go that much further. At this point in time, you're kind of expecting for Boom being in 5th place, it'd be like a 10 to 15 point margin, if not more, to get towards 3rd. Not only has 4th Rise made this look like one of the most dominant performances of all time, they've also made getting into PMWC rather easy.
Oh, not that easy.
For other teams, that is. It's an interesting one. I mean, yeah, that 3rd place spot for Boom is really what is on their minds right now. In terms of jumping up, that would put them over
Which is
RRQ.
1 point, by the way.
Exactly, right? It's so close. 1 point is them into 2nd place, right? Potentially, depending on chicken dinner counts and tiebreakers and things like that. But yeah, it's so down to the wire, and these EWC points will really start to hit home. For Boom, it would be such a huge result for them to jump up.
भाई दे देंगे क्या ये लोग smash हो जाएगा
that position necessarily is because of how BTR is doing. They're fairly low on the point scorings. There's a 90.
कुछ भी बोलो जो इंटरेस्ट अपनी इंडियन टीम से ग्रैंड फाइनल देखने में वो इंटरनेशनल में नहीं है ऐसा नहीं यार इंटरनेशनल बहुत ज्यादा मजा आता है
Bigatron on 19 points right now.
मतलब यहाँ तो समझ नहीं आता क्या करें
Oh, for 2nd place team. A chaser of a pretty ridiculous margin right now. Fury and Panda towards the east north
20
of 4th Rise, who are playing a little bit slower this time.
50
outside
Boom इतना मार के 50 पे है ये बता.
Gonna work out what their next move is. Really, if they get themselves another southwest shift on this, it's not terrible. They have a lot of space to rotate around, playing Quarry. A lot of Quarry's not picked up just yet. Like I said, going into Quarry a little bit early is not always advised. But if we do get southwest, they have the pick of the litter here.
4th Rise had the pick of the litter, but they opted to go for Ferry Pier. I say but, maybe shouldn't put that as a prefix. They opted to go for Ferry Pier in this.
6-0 क्या है रे 6-0?
It's going to be fairly uncontested. They should be aware of that. They'll be aware that teams will have moved in on the west side of them as well. Seems fairly safe for the time being. The transition north, generally though, can be blocked off quite heavily by Quarry, by that location that is going to funnel you around either side, force you into some linear fights with some oversight that you might not be comfortable with.
It all depends on the next circle, right? Because a lot of teams on the southwest are going to massively benefit from a big southwest shift.
Pasha bhai
There's
mod
already a
ko
lot of teams
bolo.
making their way in. Boom is trying to make the cross right now. Like I said, from that first game, a lot
भाई religious hate
way
मत
faster
ठीक
rotation.
है बस
All
इतना मेरा
round.
बोलना
I
है
mean, across the board, people are opting
इसके
not to
अलावा
play on that edge right now. We have had a
religious
full
hate मत दो
flip-flop
बस
on
किसी
how
को
the lobby's been playing from edge play style to suddenly this hugely central position. And again, that comes off the back of 4th Rise, just reading into this lobby very well going into that first day and essentially just dominating from the center.
Started to find that center on this one, although it's not super central. It's sort of quite deceptive on a circle like this, right? Because you've got so much water, the center quote-unquote center of the circle, sits actually a little bit further north than you might expect. It's actually closer towards Gatka than towards Quarry, where the geometric center of this circle is. The center of the playable
Religious 8 नहीं दो भाई, मैं भी इंडिया से हूँ, ये सब below the belt चीज़ें ना. Religious 8 मत दो, exactly भाई, ये सब मत करो फालतू का.
I mean, for the
ये
center
तो
of
कोई
the
raw
circle,
करके
though,
ये तो
it
अरे
is
बाप
around
रे
4
बाप.
Thrives, GameStar and Quarry. It does come a little bit down towards that southwest side. So we have a lot of the fields of Gaka in play. Pandem going to pick up that compound that sits over towards the eastern side of Quarry. GameStar playing on those warehouses. 4 Thrives a little bit further behind now. They do need to move forward on this one. But we know they have the chops on them to actually get the elims, to take those gunfights, to clear our area, to clear our space. It's what's making them such a terrifying team at the moment.
Project on that south side of Quarry. Close by to 4 Thrives. It's 2G navigating their way on that farm coastline, moving in through the blue as well. Got a forward position on it. Aurora just about getting across the west side bridge from Sosnovka military base. Uncontested. No one's camping that one. No one's guarding it out. Geeke may be behind them in the queue though on that angle. Seems like they're going to go for a west bridge rotate as well. Biding their time for the time being. Just going to play it a little bit slower, closer towards the edge of the blue. Fury up further in.
Group stage toppers in #13. हाँ, लोग group stage toppers हैं.
To get as high up those tables as they can, because the match could end in a chicken dinner for
92 point जैसे system BMG से अरे क्या भाई क्या
to make every single match count.
Any moment. I think that is the key phrase here. Any moment this tournament can end, and with 1 point splitting up the entire second place down to basically 6.
क्या रे करना इतने में डर गया.
Even is 2 point splitting second down to.
तू तो बड़ा स्ट्रीमर बन गया करना तो तू तो रो देगा. चट्टी में आके देगा थोड़ा हिट मिलते ही.
Massively, just one match.
In a decent second place finish, right? And anywhere from basically 9th place could be in second place at the end of this game.
Yeah.
So volatile. We're guaranteed to have had at least 8 matches played.
थोड़ा हिट मिला कि शाम को आता हूँ.
On the south side, 4 Thrives are on a 2-2
सोच फिर.
I will
कितने
say,
खंजर खोपता हूँ अपने सीने पे.
in this game, it might be a tricky one for them to win here. Obviously, never out of the realms of possibility, but given the lay of the circle, with Quarry being such a main feature on the west side, I think this might not be the one to do it.
But we just
फलक देखूं जो डर गया वो मर गया मेरी तोड़ नहीं तो गया. Neyoo भाई RP का क्या सीट RP
still good games, no real blunders either. I think that's one of my favorite things about watching 4 Thrives this tournament, is that there's never been a moment when I've looked at them and thought to myself, that was a huge mistake. It's always felt like, well, that was a tough fight for them to go into, and they lost it rightfully.
पाचा भाई यहाँ भी mod मिल जाता तो
102. Double the scoreline a second. 4 Thrives taking everything that was thrown at them and more. It's straight back at the rest of this lobby. Who were caught lacking yesterday. It felt like Rondo
भाई chicken आ रहा है. देखो hard shift आएगा नीचे.
in terms of the
Saw.
overall lobby performance. We're heading up towards
Smash rule से कौन ही जीतेगा भाई?
Will be another much more solid overall performance than the rest of our rosters too, because they are trying to make their moves.
Yamrim.
Boom. Ooh, they've lost 2 to Nox here. Should be resible, but there's a bit of pressure coming through from Aura.
अब इतना मार दिए 4 ने अब 50 पे तो 3 टीम तो 50 पे 4 6 5 टीम पर.
They hear the shots, they hear and see the knocks coming through. Sky will find another, but Boom is down so quickly. And for Ulf, this is upsetting for them because they were looking to make the move on this one. Sky is knocked though. That's a good first knock, a very good first knock coming through.
भाई चाइना का कोई टीम क्वालीफाई नहीं हुआ.
And maintain one of the stronger positions in the circle. 4 Thrives. How have they done that? They move through. They get towards the ridge side on the top. I don't get it.
Where did they even go? How have they done this? Max is shouting, they teleported there somehow. Nobody knows how, but they are there. And that is quite incredible. Ulf are taking the fight and winning it with honor, by the way. They were able to leverage that opener nicely over on the northeast side of it. And honor are falling. They are falling pretty quickly. A 2-2 split in the center of the circle. And 4 Thrives. Goodness me. Like smoke moved through outstretched hands that everyone else is trying to grab them, to bring them back to mortal levels, but it's just not happening.
I do not understand it. I cannot comprehend it. For 4 Thrives, It is just magic right now. And we are not seeing behind the scenes. Some incredible calls from this squad. No longer doubting themselves as they did maybe in the past of this tournament. They are just clear-cut comms. And it seems to be working insanely well. Also, the goal to pull off a 2-2 split after that happens, these guys just have absolutely no qualms with taking it to the rest of the lobby at the moment.
This is straight aura farming right now from Fourth Rives. They are absolutely, if you'll forgive my Gen Z parlance here, Blank, they are mogging the lobby. It is really quite impressive what they've been able to pull off here. Furia, I mean, they've been pretty
mogging the lobby, bhai. कोई इंडिया का नहीं कर रहा वो chill bro, chill.
Because everybody else is so neck and neck, and they are giving it a good go. Chief wants to step in for the fight as well. Goat team, one of their most local challengers on the tables, are looking to try and put pressure on, but Fourth Rives have a challenge. It's Aurora who tried to move in from military, up and into the fight. Cypher with the weapon swap. And Aurora full. Balak needs to get back to his feet now. They drop the smoke. They rally around it, and all of them are alive. Aurora cannot do it.
There is no one close by either to this. Fourth Rives, just an easy pickup. Pandem finally making a move. The circle moves down towards where Fourth Rives are playing. Pandem needs to act fast here, but they are slow on this push-up. Fourth Rives are getting the reset in the meantime.
Goodness me. Nade over the top. T24 wants to get picked up. There's a little assist.
Not again.
From TT Project. They want to lock in their position on the tables as well. And with Pandem going down early, S2G will won. And in they go. A Cypher will fall. There are casualties. Thick and fast. Fourth Rives are falling. Falak now on the backlines is the last player to stand up against it. The nades need to be big. 3 players from S2G and 2 of them roll forwards. Fourth Rives fall. It is not Smash, not now. Maybe next time, but they are denied.
अबे तो Smash तो activate हो चुका है. खुशी किस बात की है?
Bloody team to take them down.
जीत तो रही है.
Has to happen here. Finally. They're showing a little bit of what this lobby can do, but that's not
Smash to activate है ही chat. Smash तो activated है. वो तो अभी मारेगा next chicken मारे. Chicken तो chicken है. Crowd भी खुश है. Crowd भी खुश है बोलती है कि माँ का
They are losing players by the second as they
Crowd
attempt
भी
to go
खुश
for a
है.
central push on this one.
साला इन्हें कोई पसंद नहीं करता क्या?
See if you can pick him up.
ये देश को कोई पसंद नहीं करता.
Ulf wanting to try and maintain the central position now.
They will have seen that Fourth Rives has gone down. You can breathe a little clearer now as well.
I mean, remember the Smash boundary too, Blank. That 92 points, whilst maybe not achievable here, is something that they will set their sights on. With this game, they can push for it. Furia with the player numbers here, but Ulf with 3 in a much better position could potentially look to try and jump up.
फलक देखूं. Sorry, Pasha भाई annoy कर रहा हूँ, but मैं real Samsung 8 हूँ. मैं तो real Samsung है भाई. Sponsor का बारे में मेरे को जरा बताइए भाई.
A very good push from them, but I think they need more of that. And look, yes, they lose a player on the entry, but they realize that they've got to take risks right now. If they want a chance of getting
कोई तो भाई match भाई कोई
they have to
मेरे को तो कोई लग भी नहीं रहा कि कोई smash point touch भी कर सकता है. आपको लग भी रहा है कोई consistent ही नहीं है ये lobby में. Fourth Rives के अलावा कोई consistent नहीं है. Aurora तो क्या चोक कर रही है भाई, भगवान जाने भाई.
Sail off there, moving out towards the west edge. Again, remember those moving parts. Remember those EWC qualification spots going into this one. Would very much like to put themselves closer. If they're all the way out west and actually send Solus into this compound here with Woman from E-Arena.
Neyoo please, Aman hacker है.
Go for this one. I think it's safe to say.
कौन Aman?
Now the backups here for E-Arena. Ulf maybe overcommit Solus onto this location.
Yeah, it's a curious spot that.
ये जो match point लिखा हुआ 92 ये क्या है? भाई को explain कर दो यार.
Schweb's now Solus.
मतलब वही है कि आपने अगर 92 points cross कर दिया और उसके बाद आपने जो भी मैच चिकन मारा आप जीत गए. जिससे भी 92 point cross करके चिकन मारा वो टूर्नामेंट जीत जाएगी. चला इसमें तो एक ही टीम का अभी तक स्मैश का एनेबल हुआ है. फ्री फायर में तो 5-5 टीम रहती है भाई. 5-5 टीम सबका एनेबल.
on a circle like this.
It would have been a great game. It really would have been a great game. Getting yourself a high elim chicken dinner as 2 players, very difficult. Getting a chicken dinner as 2 players, that's a different story. But I do think it looks unlikely in a global lobby like this. Flash losing players to BTR. Currently down in 15 for 29 points. A big nade goes through the back. There's a
BTR की ये वाली टीम तो साला हमारे टाइम पे वो क्या थी?
Oh, but there's a heavy hit dealt back towards them. Bozy finds Federalis, but there's a rundown. They're trading back and forth, and BTR seemingly in charge of this fight right now. Zeus cannot get towards Bozy. Axel with the split off. Razy and Razak with nades. Looking to be primed here. Pulled out towards Team Flash on the off angle. Gaming Stars in 7-1 clashing in the
Team Red X Ross,
Aman. North side yet to conclude. A long range position for Team Flash, and they are playing as 2.
साला जिंदगी में कितना भी सोलो नींद तो आती है इतना सोया हूँ पूरे रात को
currently sending out a very obvious position coming through from the guys over on Flash. Usually the BTR is going to opt to get further into what's the arena.
Alter Ego
Currently playing
Prime BTR
off on that southwest side. Have a good chance on this game too. S2G currently isolating sightlines over towards the northeast side. Kamikaze opens up towards Maniac.
Opportunity for Furia to try and punch through the defense on the south
Federal
side.
Hong Kong Invitational
Slow them down on the first. Maybe look for Ayala and Chief on the second as Effect moves forwards, trying to scout this one out. Ephius is there. Pandem could try and slam into it, but they're closer to the center. You've got to think they don't really want to get too stuck in. Furia going over their way. Chief back down the hill. Back behind the tree. Furia losing one. And the momentum for the chasing teams here, Blank, is really being curtailed. This is great news for our back page, because there is a real chance for them to start to mount the pressure. Silence now the last to stand. Your Furia, and I don't imagine that he's going to have a great time getting out of this compound with the surrounding with Geeky on the west, with Pandem on the north side. I don't think there's an opening for him. And Furia may fall short here.
All right, Furia down to 1 player. All our chasing teams getting nowhere closer to the top here. It's looking more and more solid for 4 Thrives as time goes on. They may have just done enough already.
Grenades, the roll downs. Team Flash go down and BTR stay up as 4 on the northern side.
कोई मेरे को तो लग रहा है 92 का पॉइंट भी टच नहीं करता
has much more
कि
difficult
92 का पॉइंट कोई टच करे और वो करे क्या बोलते हैं यार कल बाल वाल काटते जाऊंगा यार दोपहर को
Cross from Geek over towards Pandem. Playing up around this valley. Trying to make it work as best as they can. EK will send Kevin as a forward.
This is bot lobby. What do you mean? There is 50-point difference in first and second team. Backy T10 खेलते हैं.
It's close. Close from Neos. We'll just pick up the hovercraft. Try and get it forward.
International की T2 lobby है मेरे को लग रहा है.
Towards, sorry, the flush coming through over onto Solkay.
But भाई इसमें S2G जैसी और Aura जैसी
team है. ये अच्छा है. Anyway, Arena have 4 players on the west side on a pretty mega compound for a circle shift like this. It's going to play quite well for them.
It's an indecision, right? I think for Kedge, as well as
क्या बोलिए सर की विकेट पार्ट 2 का मजा आया था ना भाई कल
but how can you know it's going to be a hard southwest shift? S2G make the play in over towards E Arena.
हां मेरे को तो मजा आया था
खेलने पर्सनली मेरे को तो
मजा आ रहा था खेलने
playing up into the ridge. Geek yet to really step forwards towards this position, but I think as soon as they do, S2G they just a bit
S2G का chicken है भाई.
Tony K has the off angle there as well, but Hamzy has his number. Tony K goes down, a lovely little spray down at range. Nade's now pouring out towards the back line as Hamzy goes down. E-Arena are handling their business right now though, Blank, and this west side seems a little bit more difficult to navigate than perhaps S2G realised.
I mean, for S2G,
Kamikaze.
It's a good call from them, but a weak assault over towards
करेंगे अभी से बहुत सारे ग्रुप के भाई अब से मैं पीसी गेम्स ओनली पीसी गेम्स भाई
I think they've done a decent job of trying to set up
बीच में कभी वॉच पार्टीज एंड ऑल
but now Arena has all players back up again. Lost takes a really big hefty amount of damage.
Straight up, no cap.
With GK having sights on, this should be easy.
I mean, it's a shooting gallery. S2G just can't move into their location. The nades are going to force them out into the open, and Lost gets flushed away.
Geek का भी का बढ़िया pose है bro.
It's only a matter of
Ground
time,
के
I think, before S2G lose their final player. Kamikaze with an ace. Okay, goes the other side of the burnt out vehicle. In the meantime, BTR trying to find their way in on the north side. We've also got that duo from Ulf.
Easy है ना PC game stream करना mobile game से.
With 6 elims already blank.
Easy.
They're looking to go further than 11th place. They could go much further.
करियर मैंने BGMI खेला है भाई पूरे करियर मेरे BGMI ये जो लोग कहते हैं BGMI मैं BGMI करूंगा वही 600-700 लोग आएंगे देख लो भाई इसे तो PC गेम करूंगा न्यू ऑडियंस आएगी कितना और BGMI का ऑडियंस 7 लाख के BGMI की ऑडियंस है अब थोड़ा PC ऑडियंस भी आया है वैरायटी स्ट्रीमर बनूं कब तक एक ही गेम ऐसे भी मैं इतने सारे गेम्स खेलता हूं ऑफलाइन ऑन स्ट्रीम खेल लिया करूंगा अरे मार geek वाले भैया
second place with the placements guaranteed from the 6th place finish. They will be jumping up to be fairly neck and neck with Furia and maybe a little bit further over that as well. Nades over the top.
RP का क्या हुआ? RP थोड़ा
together GK stall their engines on the roller.
RP थोड़ा exhausting है यार चैट उतना मेरे पास बहुत टाइम कंज्यूमिंग है भाई वो और पता है वो RP खेलते खेलते कुछ हो भी नहीं रहा प्रोडक्टिव भी नहीं हो रहा भाई RP स्टार्ट करने के पहले मैं कितना स्ट्रीम करता था ये करता था RP जब से चालू किया मैंने बीच में देखो 3-4 दिन का ब्रेक 3-4 दिन का ये हो गया वो RP बेचो तो उसमें पहले भी RP खेला था लास्ट टाइम भी जब घर पे था कुछ प्रोडक्टिव नहीं होता भाई भूल दे RP होता रहता है स्ट्रीम करने का मन नहीं करता कुछ करने का मन नहीं करता कोई दूसरा सर्वर ज्वाइन कर
BTR going to make this work. It's tough on the back of, and Neyoo with some fantastic shots. He has been a real blessing to this squad so far.
मतलब क्या ही है भाई पूरे टाइम बात करते रहो भाई
some of that insane fragging power that we maybe lost from him in the past.
पूरे टाइम कुछ ना कुछ
They're going to look for the crash. Go towards BTR. They know they soften them up. Racy needs to pull one out. Does so, but the forward pin cannot find it. Sticks it on the back line, and that is.
भाई देखो यार ये है भाई इनकी टीम भले कोई भी रैंक पे रहे सपोर्ट पूरा है भाई अपने टीम को
Who's going to jump up and be neck and neck with literally everybody else?
2T's sad crying face there coming through from Project. 4 teams left alive. S2G E-Arena currently on 45 points, a team that could jump up towards second place on this game. But a dominant hold over towards this compound for the longest time now.
ही होता है भाई इनका
E-Arena have not let
भाई शिगन तो इनका भी हो सकता है यार BTR का बट आई गेस इनका गाड़ियां नहीं है स्मोक बात करके जोन जाना पड़ेगा डिपेंड करता है कितने स्मोक से
not providing any more boundary, no more buffer for them. 3 players
भाई ये अच्छा चांस है अभी BTR के पास कि जितना स्प्रेड होके जोन ले सकते हो ले लो भाई
a terrible spot. The shack that they have, they can start to move out with GK gone from that high ground position. They can start to extend a lot more effectively.
But E-Arena was just about to bring this up, but the amount of teams that they've had to rebuff from this spot means that utility is low.
क्रेजी है भाई वहाँ का क्राउड आपको पता नहीं इंडोनेशिया का हम लोग इंडोनेशिया तो गए थे हम लोग मलेशिया गए थे कुआलालंपुर गए थे हम लोग इंडोनेशिया नहीं गया यार थाईलैंड गया हो मलेशिया गया हो इंडोनेशिया नहीं गया बाली कहाँ पे आता है शेट बाली इंडोनेशिया में आता है
40-50 point boundary. BTR the furthest from it.
एक तो चिकन निकाल लेंगे 40 वाले वो चिकन नहीं भी निकाले वो जीत के अभी तक एक भी टीम ने उनके अलावा स्मैश उनका पॉइंट्स ही नहीं कवर किया
BTR
but BTR का लग रहा है
seeking no trepidation in these final moments of the match, looking to take control. Out of the 2 nades that they have left, one is a double, and they open up strongly over towards GK. They may have no more explosives left in hand, but they can get the job done with just the weaponry.
Joker goes down though for Irina.
भाई ले लो BTR वालों
BTR. No, they're getting flexed on by Geeky as well. Razy keeps them alive. On the outside, Irina cannot go through. That is Geeky down. BTR need to pull this res back fast. They need to get this healing done. Irina are on 3.
दे Razy दे.
Spots one on the roll around. Needs to keep his team safe. Foreman steps out, and there's the knock. But there's no teammates left.
We're back to back here from the bushes in the ghillie. BTR looking to do it again on the main stage.
Another nade over the
top.
Goes low, goes lower. 6 first aids in pocket, but there's another nade. Razak falls, and the last nade from Irina will be able to close it down. BTR gave them a good challenge there. But it was the compound on the southwest side.
इंडोनेशिया में आता है इंडोनेशिया ही तो नहीं गया एंटी भाई एंटी boy hearts in the chat guys hearts in the chat
not quite able to do it
भाई यार उधर दो बंदों को नॉक दे
what a fantastic game from them. Schweppes tasting a little bit of that glory from the past with a very nice match, and Irina up to around about 60 points there at the end of this one. But it's still a far cry away from the 92.
This lobby is just so close.
Let's go anti boys.
Second place, EWC points, money, all of these can change.
क्या बोल रहे थे आप? क्या कौन हैकर है भाई?
अब कोई भी ऑफिशियल इवेंट आए और तुम्हारे स्नेहिल भाई वीडियो बना के तुम्हें मसाला ना दे, ऐसा कभी हो सकता है क्या? और सबसे ज्यादा मजा तो तब आता है जब ऐसे प्लेयर्स के ऊपर एक्सपोज वीडियोस निकलती हैं जो लोगों की आंखों में एकदम चमक रहे होते हैं। अब ऐसा ही कारनामा रिसेंटली सर्वाइवल स्टेज के डे 2 पे हमारे एक खिलाड़ी ने करके दिखाया, जहाँ पे अकेले उसने 5 बंदों को नॉकडाउन किया और साथ ही साथ में उसने जो रील बना के डाली उसपे भी 7,64,000 व्यूज भी है। तो ये भाई सब क्लचेस मारने में तो एकदम सवा शेर है, लेकिन बहाने मारने की बारी में पता नहीं कैसे ये भीगी बिल्ली बन जाते हैं। तो काफी दिनों के बाद वीडियो को कर दो हाइप, चैनल को कर दो सब्सक्राइब, क्योंकि रेडेक्स के अमान भाई शो में आपका स्वागत है। तो ये हमारे अमान भाई जो रेडेक्स रॉस के यहाँ पे ई-स्पोर्ट्स एथलीट भी हैं, उन्होंने टैग भी कर रखा है और इन्होंने ही वो रील डाली जिसने तहलका मचा के रखा हुआ है। अब जब मैंने इनका इंस्टाग्राम छाना तो इनका 11 अक्टूबर 2025 का एक पोस्ट निकल के आया जिसका कैप्शन भी है DBS वाला, और इधर इनकी आईडी पे भी अगर आप फोकस करोगे तो तुम्हें नाम भी दिखेगा अमान DBS वाला। एंड गेस व्हाट, अगर आप इस आईडी को अभी सर्च करके देखेंगे तो अमान DBS वाला नाम की आईडी आपको बैंड पड़ी हुई दिखेगी। यहाँ पे टीयर भी रीसेट हो चुका है ब्रॉन्ज 3 के ऊपर और इनकी मेरिट भी रीसेट हो चुकी है। साथ ही साथ में एक कचौड़ी ओजी करके जो इनके ब्रोमांस में पार्टनर बन के खड़ा हुआ है, इसको भी आप याद रखिएगा। अब आप कहेंगे यार पास्ट में ऐसे तो कोई भी आईडी बैन हो सकती है,
ये तो पूरा मतलब ऐसे पूरा ढूंढ के निकालता है क्या अंदर से
है। और वैसे भी जैसा हमारा इतिहास रहा है उसमें तो साफ साफ दिखता है पास किसी का मैटर करता ही नहीं। बिल्कुल सही बात है, लेकिन अगर बात केवल एक आईडी तक सीमित रह रही होती तो ये वीडियो मेरे चैनल पे कभी दिखती ही नहीं। और सबसे बड़ी गड़बड़ यहाँ पे इस बात की है कि हैकर्स की पूरी चेन है जो आपको इन्हीं की आईडी के थ्रू दिखती चली जाएगी। और उससे भी बड़ा खुलासा तो इस बात का है कि जब अमान भाई को अदालत में बुला के कटघरे में खड़ा किया गया तो उन्होंने ऊपर वाले की कसम खाते हुए भी एकदम साफ साफ झूठ बोला है। और सारे एविडेंस को मद्देनजर रखते हुए ही हम ये वीडियो आपके सामने लेके आ रहे हैं। अब ये अमान DBS वाला की पॉपुलैरिटी में भी नंबर 1 पे आपको ऑरा नाम का एक बंदा दिखेगा। ये आपको अमान भाई की जो करंट आईडी है जिससे उन्होंने BMPS में क्लच भी मारा, रेडेक्स अमान वाली आईडी, उसकी भी पॉपुलैरिटी में 17वें नंबर पे ऑरा नाम का सेम प्लेयर दिख जाएगा। और यही अमान भाई के आपके पुराने पोस्ट भी अगर आप देखोगे तो उसी में आपको वो ऑरा नाम से प्लेयर खेलता हुआ भी दिख जाएगा। और इसमें जो OKT आप देख रहे हैं और CYC देख रहे हैं, ये नेम टैग्स आपको बताया कि इनकी पुरानी टीम थी CYC के नाम से भी, और इनके पुराने मोन्टाजेस में भी CYC के बंदे इनके साथ में खेलते हुए दिखाई दे जाते थे, खास करके ये अनिकेत भाई। रीसेट हो रखा है और उसके साथ में जो कचौड़ी भाई आपको दिखाए थे और OKT नाम का इनका दूसरा लाइन है,
1200 लोग भाई जो किसने मेरे इसमें बॉट वॉचिंग लगा दिया क्या भाई? कुछ स्पैम करो यार, हार्ट वार्ट कुछ स्पैम करो भाई चैट में यार, क्या सीन है भाई? कोई लिख नहीं रहा कुछ, क्या सीन है
भी
भाई?
खेला करते थे। तो वही ओकेटी कचौड़ी भाई भी पता नहीं कैसे अपनी आईडी बैन करवा के बैठे हुए, इनका भी टीयर रीसेट हो रखा है। और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि इनका कोई लेना देना नहीं था, क्योंकि ये स्क्रीनशॉट में भी आप देख सकते हो अमान डीबीएस वाला आईडी से ही इनके साथ खेला गया था। और तो और अगर आप अमान डीबीएस वाला की आईडी का क्लैन भी देखेंगे तो भी आपको वो ओकेता ई-स्पोर्ट्स दिखेगा, जो कि ओकेटी ही बनता है। और पता नहीं कैसे एक और इनका सेल्सियस ओजी नाम का टीममेट हुआ करता था, वो भी अपनी आईडी बैन करवा के बैठा है। तो ये बात तो बिल्कुल भी समझ में आ नहीं रही है कि इनके साथ के जितने खिलाड़ी हैं वो पता नहीं अचानक से कैसे बैन होते चले जा रहे हैं। और फिर भी हो सकता है मैं चुपचाप एलिगेशंस लगा रहा हूं,
बैठ के देख रहे हो क्या?
वीडियो खत्म हो रही होती
तो टेंशन में आ गया ना भाई, मैं बोला क्या
वीडियो
सीन
बनाकर
भाई?
किसी के ऊपर एलिगेशंस नहीं डाल रहा होता। वो क्या है ना, अगर कल को ये बंदा भी 2-3 साल बाद जाकर लैंड पे परफॉर्म कर गया तो फिर से आप लोग मेरे नाम का ही बिल फाड़ोगे। क्योंकि अमन भाई इस बात में बोल सकते हैं कि वो तो पुराना मैटर था, पता नहीं किसी ने काला जादू कर दिया था, जिसकी वजह से
1200 लोग 1200 लोग कोई चैट में लिख नहीं रहा भाई, व्हाट द फक। कोई दूसरा स्ट्रीमर आके मेरी स्ट्रीम खोलेगा, देखेगा, बोले भाई जो बॉट वाचिंग लगा करके चैट ही नहीं चल रही इसकी,
सबकी आईडी बैन पड़ी हुई थी। तो ठीक इसी मौके पे मैं आप लोगों के लिए लेके आता हूँ हमारी कहानी का सबसे बड़ा ट्विस्ट। हमारे अमान भाई का एक दोस्त हुआ करता था बीजीएमआई के अंदर ही, जिसके पास में अमान डीबीएस वाला के साथ साथ आप बड़े अच्छे से देख पा रहे होंगे अमान एमवीपी नाम की भी कोई आईडी हुआ करती थी। और वो भी ऐसी आईडी जिसका लेवल भी केवल 2 था और उस पे भी बैन पड़ा हुआ है।
चैट थोड़ा चलने दो।
और तो और इस आईडी की मेरिट भी अगर आप देखेंगे तो वो 40 भी नहीं 0 हो रखी है, लिटरली 0 मेरिट। और सबसे मजेदार बात तो ये है कि अमान एमवीपी की जो पॉपुलैरिटी रैंकिंग है उसमें भी नंबर 3 पे आप शक्ल से पहचान पा रहे होगे, ये हमारे वही औरा भाई हैं जिनको मैंने आपको शुरुआत में दिखाया था। और तो और हमारे अमान भाई ने मोन्टाज भी डाल रखी थी जिसमें वो ऐसे ही खिलाड़ियों के साथ खेल भी रहे थे। इनकी आईडी का नाम भी अमान एमवीपी था, यहाँ पे ओकेटी औरा भी आपको देखने को मिल रहा होगा। और फिर सबसे विचित्र बात तो तब होती है जब हमारे अमान भाई से उनका वही दोस्त पूछता है कि ये आप ही की आईडी है क्या, जहाँ पे भाई का रिप्लाई आता है भाई सब अमान तुझे मैं ही क्यों लगूं। इसका मतलब है कि भाई कोई और बंदा भी तो मेरी आईडी का नाम रख के खेल सकता है और अमान तो बहुत लोगों का नाम होता है। बिल्कुल सही बात है, फेयर पॉइंट है अमान भाई। उसके बाद यहाँ पे आप स्क्रीनशॉट भी देख सकते हो, यहाँ पे अमान एमवीपी वाली ही आईडी का स्क्रीनशॉट भेजा गया था। और अगर ऊपर यहाँ पे अमान डीबीएस वाला भी दिखाई देता था तो यहाँ पे अमान भाई को शक हो जाता।
आज रात भाई ने मेरे को ये बताओ, आज रात को अपन किक पे पबजी पीसी का स्ट्रीम करेंगे, आओगे ना? सही है ना? पबजी पीसी चैट क्या बोलते हो? मैं जो पबजी मोबाइल से जब पबजी पीसी खेलूं, क्या बोलते हो?
को क्रॉप करके भेजा था इनके पास
पबजी पीसी किक पे आज 8 बजे।
फिर वो बड़े शांति से
भाई अबे वन विन तो ये ऐप नहीं है, Isn't it a betting app?
से बोलता है भाई गुस्सा क्यों हो रहे हो, मैं तो कंफर्म कर रहा हूँ। हमारे अमान भाई बोलते हैं मेरी क्यों आईडी होगी भाई, और अमान तो तेरा उसकी आईडी
8 बजे देखो, अबे रुक जाओ, 8 बजे नहीं, क्योंकि मैंने अभी तक गेम डाउनलोड पे लगाया ही नहीं। अब मैं वो गेम डाउनलोड पे लगाऊंगा, मैं भूल गया था कल। वो कितने जीबी का गेम है का ना
हो सकती है। और फिर हमारे अमान भाई पूरा अपनी सेकंड आईडी का स्क्रीनशॉट भी खींच के देते हैं कि मेरी आईडी लिमिट लगने के बाद ये दूसरी आईडी होती है जिसको मैं यूज करता हूँ। जिसके बाद बंदा फिर से पूछता है मतलब पक्का नहीं है, कभी नहीं खेला उससे, किसी और की होगी मतलब? तो हमारे अमान भाई बोलते हैं नहीं नहीं पक्का, मैंने इस आईडी से
60-70 जीबी की गेम है।
सामने से भाई कौन
कितना लगेगा? 2 घंटे
डिवाइस चेक कर ले। और तो क्या बोलूं मैं। उसके बाद बंदा फिर से पूछता है ये आईडी नहीं है ना, बस यही पूछना था, और कभी खेला भी नहीं। तो भाई बोलता है नहीं नहीं भाई बिल्कुल, आजा डिवाइस चेक कर ले। तो बंदा लिटरली अमान की खुद की मोन्टाज डाउनलोड करके उसको भेज देता है कि भाई तेरी आईडी पे ये क्लिप्स क्यों है जिसमें तू अमान एमवीपी से खेल रहा है। और ये मोन्टाज भी मेरे पास में भी डाउनलोडेड है, मैं भी इसका डिस्क्रिप्शन में लिंक दे दूंगा, आप आराम से देख सकते हैं। क्योंकि यहाँ पे अमान भाई ने आगे भी बहुत जबरदस्त गड़बड़ करी। यहाँ पे उन्होंने बोला अलग है आईडी, मेरी है ही नहीं। इन्होंने मानने से साफ साफ इनकार कर दिया। जिसके बाद बंदे ने फिर से दिखाया कि तेरे जो रेड एक्स अमान वाली आईडी है उसी की पॉपुलैरिटी में औरा बैठा हुआ है। और वो फिर उसके बाद अमान से कंफर्म भी कराता है कि ये दोस्त है ना तेरा औरा। तो वो खुद बोलता है हाँ भाई बिल्कुल मेरा दोस्त है औरा। लेकिन भाई को ये नहीं पता था कि जो अमान एमवीपी वाली आईडी होगी जिसकी पॉपुलैरिटी इन्होंने हाइड कर रखी है, उस आईडी को डिस्प्ले करते ही यहाँ पे टॉप 3 पॉपुलैरिटी मेंबर्स दिखाई दे जाते हैं और उसमें अमान का दोस्त औरा साफ साफ दिखाई दे रहा था। जिसके बाद में ये दिखाने के बाद में हमारे अमान भाई हंसने लगते हैं, बोलते हैं अरे भाई तू डिवाइस चेक कर लेना। बिल्कुल इस बात का इनके पास में कोई जवाब ही नहीं होता है कि यही औरा इनकी आईडी में कैसे है। सेम उसी आईडी से अमान भाई खेल भी रहे हैं, मोन्टाज डाल भी रहे हैं, उसी औरा के साथ में खेल के उन्होंने क्लिप्स भी डाल रखी हैं। और उसके बाद सबसे खतरनाक बात निकल के आती है, जब अमान भाई दूसरे लाइनअप में थे उसमें इनके पास में आईफोन 13 हुआ करता था।
क्या है भाई? अबे व्हाट द हेक, Chat.
Shed, TT Product tried to go for the push, but the Elfangle really
Kitna?
saves the day for them to get that silver medal in that match on Orangle without.
स्नेहिल भाई इतना इतना बोल के खुद ही बैटिंग ऐप का प्रमोशन कर रहे। बैटिंग ऐप बट कर सकते हैं क्या? बैंड नहीं है इंडिया में। बैटिंग क्या है? वनबिन तो आई गेस बैटिंग ही है।
Something similar to what they did to top on that Rondo.
And you got to be careful with some of the other teams that might be going to military base at some point. Please, Aurora, make something happen. Especially because 4 Thrives just eliminated you in that game, in that last game. You want to get some revenge?
It wasn't even a fight, in my opinion.
Yeah,
you blink
really
and you missed the entire skirmish.
You got to be able to make plays when you can as we get into this match here. Let's see if another team from the mid-pack is going to rocket launch themselves on the leaderboard.
It's all G.
As we take it on over to John Allen and Blake. Boys, what do you think is the next team to do it?
Ooh, that's an interesting one. I mean, we have had some pretty close calls from 2 of our Indo teams so far. Boom getting very deep in towards that first map on Rondo. Obviously, BTR just getting pipped to the post in that second. So that means it's definitely time for Team Panda. Let's go!
It's time for Panda to rise. Finally, I mean, they've been gaining momentum, but Aurora looking to drop on top of 4 Thrives here.
Let's go.
Down towards the south side of the map.
अबे सीधा hot drop ले लिया क्या?
4 Thrives will try and pick up on a plane path like this. We don't know if it's intentional, but it's certainly necessary in this moment.
I mean, Aurora normally go to that military base, right? And with the plane path as it is, there's no other vehicle drops that they could really go for reasonably to get there.
Betting and ban side of
betting. I don't think they want to get stuck in. Taking a look at our top 5 eliminators, I mean, 3 of them being a 4th rise definitely makes sense. And of course, we highlighted at the start of the day.
Top कहने फिर कितने बजे करना है PUBG 50 GB का उस हिसाब से? अरे भाई तो कर लेना तू डाउनलोड, मेरा तो हो जाएगा। मैं तो फिर क्या 7 बजे तक करूंगा स्ट्रीम, लगा दूंगा डाउनलोड पे, हो जाएगा 2 घंटे में 8:39 के।
Still up in 5th place, which is pretty impressive on its own.
STG making their run out over towards farm/Milter.
मेरा हो रखा है तो मेरा हो जाएगा।
Playing dangerously close over towards 4 Thrives. 4 Thrives will split in 2 here to allow Aurora to pass.
डाउनलोडेड है उसका, तो मेरा हो जाएगा।
You never know. But E-Arena now securely in 2nd place with a 6-point lead over Ulf, who are far on the eastern side.
Zamba, welcome to the P-Town gang.
Another decent circle for 4 Thrives. Heads over towards that
और
western
कितने दिन
edge
में
of the map.
EWC कब
They
से?
can make a very similar rotation.
पता है मेरे को तो नहीं लग रहा भाई कोई अब हरा पाएगी भाई इनको। कितना है 38 और 7 45 पॉइंट्स का लीड। भाई बीजे में कॉन्करर पुश करो, मैं वही करो ना, वही आपकी कोर ऑडियंस है। अरे भाई जिंदगी भर कॉन्करर ही रह जाओ क्या? अलग गेम से भाई, अब शुरू है। कल किस किस से चेन टुगेदर देगा उनको पता रहेगा क्या। मैंने भी इतने टाइम बाद वो खेला ना, क्या बोलते ग्रुप गेम, क्या फन हुआ भाई। अब ग्रुप गेम सी
a bit safer, I think it's safe to say, than that last match. Certainly with less competition. But the center of this map is...
What's your honest opinion of 40? No opinion, bhai.
And Boom, all taking positions around Boatyard, School and Roshok.
हम क्या opinion दे? No opinion.
Like you say, towards this area, decent rotational path for them. Boom might need to wait a while before they make that
हम वो लोगों के और वो देश के बारे में कोई opinion देंगे ही नहीं।
Circle right now, a lot
तो
of
इतने
teams
danger है।
stretch on their
क्या बोलते हो? Check.
drops here to try and get a better location to play with. It has delayed quite
सही
a
हो,
lot of
सही है
teams
नहीं चाहिए।
go significantly over towards Komeshki right now. They'll need to make a late rotate in and likely pass by BTR, who are going to make a very similar rotation from Severny. Yeah, 4th Rise.
वो अपने को कंट्री के बारे में ओपिनियन दे रहा है ना उसके रिलेटेड प्लेयर्स के बारे में। वो करे अपना जो है।
The ability to download that information quickly, though, really important, especially at this sort of level, right? Adjusting accurately and quickly is such a difficult task. I mean, that's what coaching staff, that's what analyst staff is there for, right? And that is the backbone of any team. How can they bring their team together? How can they impact change? Small adjustments.
अबे वहाँ से भाई बताओ स्पोर्ट्समैनशिप बोलते हो वहाँ से उसका एक स्ट्रीमर नहीं उनके सारे स्ट्रीमर पूरे मारते रहते हैं अपनी इंडियन टीम्स की तब तो कोई नहीं आता इंडियन टीम्स का स्टैंड लेने और ऊपर से अपन और उनके टीम्स को अच्छे बोले जाते हैं भाई एटलीस्ट वहाँ के स्ट्रीमर्स यूनाइटेड तो है इंडियन टीम्स को हेट देने के लिए यूनाइटेड है वो सारे के सारे अपने इसमें तो उनको ही प्रेस करते रहते हैं I don't know, doesn't make any sense. प्रेस भी मत करो देखो ऐसा मैं नहीं बोल रहा खराब बोलो बट फिर कुछ बोलो ही मत ना छोड़ो जो है क्यों उनके बारे में बात ही क्यों करना
during these matches.
कुछ बोलो ही मत.
Horror rotating on a very close angle to Boom. But no fear getting ahead here. Might just be able to set up the barricade.
Boom!
Or Boom. But you do run the risk, of course, of getting cut off from the rest of your team, and it looks like that might be coming through. Boom, if they're snappy with it.
वो तो करते ही है हमें ट्रोल यार, वो तो करते ही है. आपने देखा नहीं था लास्ट GC.
On the north side and Gaming Stars on the west side of this. Potential to really isolate no
fear in this location. Ultimate बकचोदी से. भाई एक तो मैं कल थोड़ा उसमें था, समझ रहे हो?
It's like Sanju's not quite on the spin. Sleepy
मैं थोड़ा
to give him the 360.
भाई को तुम्हारे थोड़ा हैंगओवर हो रखा है. वरना तो बाप
do a trick. Boom not able to get the point.
Yeah, some instant backup there coming through. Over towards Boom. They know they need to do.
भाई आरवी दे रेड खेल, आरवी दे रेड भी खेलेंगे. सब है. अभी शैडो को भी कुछ अभी सोचते दिन है नहीं शैडो को करने तो मैं शैडो को बोलूँगा भाई आजा. मैं शैडो एक करना फिर मेरी एक फ्रेंड है. हम 2 3 4 जो भी है.
I mean, at this point with a chicken dinner, everyone from
अपन खेलेंगे.
I mean, even realistically, 14th with Aura with a chicken dinner could be in second place at the end of this.
Phasmophobia भी खेल सकते हैं.
Literally everybody in this lobby, except for maybe Padam.
God of War खेल रखा है.
But it could be.
But हमारी टीम कौन सा अच्छा खेलती है नियो अगर हम अच्छा खेले तो उनका मुंह ना खुले भाई. अब ये लोग अच्छा खेल रहे तो कुछ बोल थोड़ी सकते हैं नियो भाई. बात तो सही है आपकी. कि अपन कुछ बोल नहीं सकते बट कुछ बोलना भी क्यों ही है मैं बोल रहा हूँ. चुप ही रहो.
This late in this tournament to have such a volatile standing. We talk so much about how having 6 games in a day could be difficult, and it might be made. But we guarantee a 4 if Falak goes down. Who's that getting spotted them out? I think is it TT Project on the north side?
Yeah, it's from the gold compound. Currently have a nice little angle over towards Falak. Really good eyes on coming through from Effect. Knock him inside of the hovercraft and get gone. And good vehicle to keep your player up. But FDS moves up, puts a bunch of damage in. TT Project, they will have seen who dropped down the elimination feed there and might be a little bit.
Pull up in the Lamborghini. अभी तेरे रेड का स्नो वाला नहीं कंप्लीट किया था. वही.
Push themselves as far up as possible.
खेलेंगे.
One step too far forwards because that'll happen. FDS goes down.
Okay, बोला ना मैं knock खाएगा.
Cypher keeping them safe.
अब उनका pull up
on that southwest side, this fight is very isolated. The circle goes back to where we were before. Blank goes a lot further south.
तो प्रेस करने से क्या इंडियन टीम अच्छा है खेले. ये लॉजिक है कोई प्रेस करने से मतलब समझा नहीं मैं.
They could line the north side of Quarry. They don't need to teleport this time.
There's no teams on the south either, so 4 Thrives just have a whole buffet of locations to work with. Begin to move out through Swamp. The rest of the squads are sending inwards now. Ulf trying to play on the eastern side. Another team looking fairly good so far, but they're rotating in with Aura. Aaron looks for a spray on the drive-by. Can't quite find it there, but does back them off at least. But they need to be quick on this next rotate. Figure out where they're going to play next.
भाई देखो.
It is not easy as well.
मुझे तो भाई मेरे को तो हर किसी के गुड बुक्स में नहीं रहना. ठीक है. अपने को जो सही नहीं लगता अपन तो बोलते हैं. अगर तुम्हारी जिंदगी में तुमको कोई हेट नहीं करता या सारे तुम्हारे दोस्त हैं तो इसका मतलब
not been their day.
कुछ danger shit कर रहे हो
the
तुम.
same fashion. And the nades pouring in from Furia.
सबसे बना के नहीं रखना भाई.
A little bit worse. Another one over the top. And it will find the second knock. 7-2-1 now, playing as two players. Aliku could potentially crawl back in, and this is potentially
hitting on
but there are too many teams around the area to feel that that's entirely safe. Random is starting to crest that ridge line. Wolf are just on the doorstep too.
And even when Indians
waiting to strike on this, I mean, for Furia, it would be a good thing to take
down
because they are incredibly close to them.
आपको पता नहीं आपका जो स्ट्रीमर था वहाँ का कितना गाली दे रहा था इंडियन टीम्स को. पहले वो दे रहा था ना चैट. फिर आप लोग ने मेरे को बोला ना, पहले वही दे रहा था ना.
Too little, too late. Horror also taking a knock here coming through from Furia. That's over towards that south side, playing on top of the hill. So good awareness from Furia here.
Holding their nerve, holding their ground as well, which
फिर आप लोगों ने बोला
is more important. In a central location would be a great result for them. The north side of Quarry does indeed get occupied by 4 Thrives, with BTR on their west flank, TT Project up towards the north side as well.
ये TQ आयाला है क्या?
Have a little bit of a
active
buffer zone, but I feel like their
किधर है आयाला?
is potentially their weaker point, right? Teams who can wrap around, like BTR are currently looking to do, and maybe S2G, that could be where 4 Thrives are weakest.
Aurora moving up over towards Aura right now. Gets the player in the vehicle. The nade just a bit too far. Won't quite pop him out the back, but he is bleeding out fairly quickly. Realizes he needs to get him out. Crawl back round.
भाई तुमने स्काउट नहीं बोला था, बाकी सारे तो चुप.
Actually coming through.
अबे तो मेरे को स्काउट को नहीं फर्क पड़ता ना. हमें सबसे बना के उनका सपोर्ट चाहिए अभी. क्या बात कर रहे हो? हमारे वाले कम है क्या? हमें अब उनका सपोर्ट की जरूरत है. अबे भाई सपोर्ट व्यूअरशिप के लिए चाटना थोड़ी पड़ेगा भाई. क्या बात कर रहे हो? उन्हें कभी करा है जिंदगी में, ना करेंगे. हर किसी के गुड बुक्स में नहीं रहना भाई हमें.
Arena may be looking for another good game. Coming off the back of the last one there.
Crazy as shit,
Aurora, Ulf.
Crazy as shit, bro.
I was a bit disappointed there because realistically, as that shift comes through, you know there's a lot of field in play. You know there's not many compounds to work with. Realistically, you need to be in vehicles as the circle descends, right? And I think for Ulf, they were too preoccupied with trying to take shots at teams around them. So now Ulf do need to get a move on, and I think that this is where they struggle the most. When a circle moves away from them, right now on the map, you can't see it, but they are delaying. They take a long time to make any decisions.
We have seen them make some mad dashes successfully previously, so hopefully this will be another repeat of that, but there's so many teams around them. We're on board with Boom, who sit on their northern flank, looking to make a similar approach. They're kind of locked in, though, is the difficulty for Ulf, right? That south side over towards Quarry. I mean, where do you go if you're trying to go that way? I just don't see it happening. So for Ulf, they need to clear pretty much straight forwards or straight to the side.
अबे यार किसी का नाम मत लो भाई.
It's really limited in terms of their options.
Chat.
4 Thrives, they do have Huzaifa on their northern edge. Regroup on, definitely a playable position. I think
बता दो अभी जीतेगा तो फलक को
held on
प्राइम
to the
मिनिस्टर
north
का
side
स्लॉट
of Quarry though,
मिलने
because
वाला
that's a very nice setup where you've got Huzaifa as the initial stop checkpoint for teams, but then you've also got these high ground position providing him cover fire.
अरे भाई एक ने क्या लिखा है? Support the country you live in or live in the country you support. खत्म.
Solus will be knocked on a vehicle explosion that's coming through from Furia as he attempts to make a mad dash in towards their location.
Aurora do take shots over towards Furia though, so the attention will be split somewhat. Potential to get Solus back up if Ulf can sneak through the gaps here. But Aurora have got the high ground over both of these two teams. And Ulf may look to backfill actually. Towards Aurora's position, potentially be an option there. S2G, they've been wrapping around the south side, but so
अबे इसमें कितने जल्दी फाइट लेना स्टार्ट कर देते भाई लोग. हाँ चैट. कितने जल्दी फाइट लेना स्टार्ट कर देते.
Gone down and Force is out to show S2G just how to handle business. Force hits the deck, and now it's just Hamzy and the off angle. And Goat team able to push S2G aside.
Really clean plays there coming through from Force. Keeping Goat in. 4 Thrives were potentially looking to ride over towards our location, but end up stopping short. The flash finding shots over towards Boom. They try and make their way
Last
off
day na
from
bhai, abhi
Radio
nahi log to
Tower.
bhi aise hi खेलते
Really
हैं.
tough spot to beat.
अरे भाई
Oh,
खत्म.
and the circle comes out.
खत्म.
I
Smash
mean,
rule हो
Four
गया.
Thrives have played fantastically well.
हो गया.
But I think we have to admit at this point in time, there's been a lot of circles given to them.
GG's boys.
Oh, this one
GG's.
no less than the others there. Aurora, potential threat though to their high ground position on the south flank. IQ will be first to face that one. We'll see if they can divert it. They've also got Ulf, who did go for that full wrap. Could potentially look to try and embalm them on the angle. But there's a big opener onto Tiol. Will fall and get flushed by her Cypher on the forefront. Although yet to step fully into it as Boom take nades from Flash on the screen.
Next one.
अरे वो जीत ऐसे भी वो जीत गए भाई उनके पॉइंट्स के लीड देखो क्या बात कर रहे हो जीत गए स्मैश रूल से ही उनको हरा सकता है कोई टीम पॉसिबल स्मैश रूल के लिए भी टीम को 30 पॉइंट चाहिए कहां से वो 30 पॉइंट लेके फिर पॉसिबल है जीत गए कल उन लोगों ने इतना पॉइंट का लीड बना लिया ना कि वो आज के दिन में भी कंप्लीट होना बहुत मुश्किल है समझ रहे हो
That is their anchor position as well, which is a little bit scary.
Flushed out too. They're going to leave that high ground blank. Four Thrives are dashing to the compound that Arena played in that last match. And it looks like they're going to try and consolidate on that angle. Allow Ulf that high ground that they have just vacated. All things considered, probably a good spot. But the loss of Hazaifa is a heavy blow.
The Flash just desperately trying to clear out this spot as quickly as possible. Sanju will go down from that eastern side. But TT Project looking to secure their position up towards the top side of the tables once again. And that is an insane compound to do it from as well, by the way. A very, very strong spot. Hard to aggress upon from the fields on that south side, as well as the vision it gives you around that position too.
Shots from Yummy, though, steps up and chows down. Zeus goes.
फलक
देखो the red health bar is all too ominous. Yummy very, very low though. The pickup, the blue zone, it's all too much. Zeus may just be able to get away with this one. Out of the zone, you need the res, and Gaming Stars will be right on the doorstep to take that knock if you give it to them.
We get ourselves a bit of a bird's eye on this location. You can see for Ulf,
GG's हो गया bro GG's हो गया
full surround on this one, but where do they play into?
भाई विडिप्सी का डायलॉग बहुत हंसाता ही है क्या
for quite a while. Aurora looks to peek their nose back in alongside with Fury on that eastern side. TT Project, with this compound being so central, it is such a good spot to play. Go will find a shot over towards Ketch. Remember, they're playing a three-man split at the moment, so unlikely the Scarface picks Ketch back up again.
भाई अब इनको आज
That's going to be really nasty for Ulf. Nice little pick up there for Gaming Stars. Over towards Team Flash. On the first knock, the second is there as well from Rolex. Zeus will fall down. I don't see Flash getting into this one any deeper. Swash scraping up there with the blue zone, looking for those flashes. Gaming Stars.
Last time कुछ सही भी बोल रहे थे. Explain Smash Rule. Smash Rule मतलब second last day पे first team के जितने point रहेंगे उसमें और 10 point add कर दो. और वो point जब तुम last day पे cross कर जाओगे तब तुम्हारा Smash Rule enabled हो जाता है. फिर आने वाले कोई भी मैच में तुमने chicken मार दिया तो तुम championship.
Yeah, we're just delaying things out again with the way that the circle.
But कोई cross ही नहीं कर पाएगा. Fourth team
again.
dominate कर गया.
I think for E-Arena, it's been a bit of a tough decision to make on where they want to play this from. And I think for them, it is the best thing to do to hold out on this northern side, try and clear out as much as possible. For the TT Project, how do they lose this game? It will have to be a massive fumble from them.
And I'm eating nades from Geeky. There's a lot of damage coming through. I think TT Project might have angles on it as well. This south edge is just going to brutalize Pandem down on the roadside. He's rolling around, but Leon's just not able to get anything done. Steps forwards and immediately peppered with more and more bullets, but they said they're going full on in. And Leon goes down, gets flushed almost immediately, and Geeky will hold on this eastern side.
अरे टॉप भाई अरोरा ने पहले मैच से अब ये मैच तक कुछ किल ही नहीं मारे भाई पता नहीं क्या क्या खेल रही है जानबूझ के बकचोदी कर रही है ऐसे तो नहीं खेलती भाई मेरी फेवरेट टीम.
Very difficult to deal with them on this. Scarface will find a shot. Somehow, Ulf has managed to get back up to 3. That is a tricky rollout for them. Wow. They have made it happen. 4 Thrives, importantly, will have to move. The circle completely cuts out that compound now. But for a lot of our teams, they are slowly getting up towards that 80-point mark.
Furia trying to roll on in. Will get rid of the last player from Team Flash at the cost of Ayala. I'm thinking blank. TT Project is one of the teams that can win this short. I feel like the only outside chance here is BTR on the western side.
Something is wrong with
the
Aurora.
four players
पता नहीं यार क्या हो रहा है Aurora को? ऐसा क्या खेल रही है भाई?
Potentially cover themselves off from TT Project. Everybody else is playing TT's game. Beat BTR are waiting for this opportunity to play.
जीतेगा पाशा अब यार break है boys. थोड़े दिनों का ना.
Fourth Thrives, a little bit of a slow push.
अभी देखो ना बहुत अलग. I don't know.
You start to wonder, is the pressure getting to them, or are they just comfortable knowing that they are so far ahead that they don't need all that much to succeed as Aura sends in, but it's a missed spray. Finally, they find the play. It looked messy.
Pop on a sliver of HP, will stay alive, pops the first aids there, a resupply on the crate as well, will pick them back up. Side looks good, but BTR might have angles. Maybe not anymore though, because Rufus with the refrag onto Razak, and BTR should look for this revive as well. Axel moving down towards the south side to just bolster that position. The assist. Meanwhile on the north, the arena potentially getting flexed out on by Gaming Stars as Fourth Thrives make their push. This is their chance to take down Ulf. They're at the open field and IQ goes down first. Catch, will catch him. And T24, a 2-point needed to punch all the way through. Going the distance may just be too much for them. But they can certainly put more points on the board if they get this done.
Catch spotted.
By the idea,
Fourth Thrives falling here for Ulf. They spot them in the elimination feed and they will force this engagement. They know they have to do it to stay in contention. But in comes Aurora from that northwest edge. And suddenly Ulf's in a tricky position.
They may have slowed Fourth Thrives, but Aurora look to mount the summit here. Seven's been looking for their ascension for a long, long time.
कोई sense तो नहीं बना रहा मतलब अभी ये tournament.
I mean, it's possible this game. It's still going to be difficult.
It's just over, you know.
T24 steps up, long nade over towards Aaron's side, but it bounces awkwardly. Aaron lives on the tiniest portion of HP. Second nade might just do the trick here, but goes short on this one. They have an idea where these lobs are coming from now as he moves up through the field. Ulf should know the Fourth Thrives isn't done yet, but they're worried about Aurora.
मैं तो A7 को support करता था इसमें.
Falling forwards, I liked it. I don't imagine there's too many more nades.
इनसे smash के भी points नहीं निकले.
Either have or
वही तो इतना points उन लोग ने निकाल लिया है भाई.
They're really trapped. They can't afford to be dropping too much. BTR, they've been trying to
भाई इतना point निकाल लिए हैं जो smash के भी points नहीं निकलेंगे भाई.
Fury also managed to get off the roadside a lot earlier on. They've denied themselves a lot of vision, but they've allowed themselves to survive. The same cannot be said for Fourth Thrives.
भाई pump हो रहा है man.
Go down. No smash yet again. We're going to match 10.
Ulf dashing outside of the circle here. They know that they need supplies. They need pickups over towards Fourth Thrives as much as possible. They may even take a little bit of damage from the blue here.
यार मैं मेरे YouTube का नाम change कर सकता हूँ.
Arena also suffering over towards the western edge. This is 2 BTR, but luckily Schweppes has a position to play here. But it's all down to Moment with the AUG and Joker on this off angle.
We're starting to see the top side of this lobby.
Scarface.
The points pressure. Scarface with a knock.
A double.
Aurora. Another over onto Doc. And now it's just top for Ulf. They can look to roll this down, and indeed they will. BTR are going to handle the arena in the meantime. They're happy to divide and conquer as Ulf careen their way into that Aurora position. But it hasn't popped up on the Elan feed just yet, Blank. I'm surprised the top is held on this long as Ketch is now fully wrapped around them. There they go. Scarface gets that final point added to his tally. Ketch takes top down. But the arena, they're still on 4-2.
This is a great sweep from Ulf at the moment. Two teams ahead of them, and a beautiful backstab potentially in play.
This
could be a lot of points for Ulf right now. They're on 8 eliminations, but they need to start sweeping these. Get the initial nade over towards Razy. What player still up for BTR?
Still a chance. Federalis could get his teammates back up and in, but Ulf are moving. Ulf are stepping forwards. Ketch and Scarface are not going to make this easy. Down on the low ground, that's where the nades need to find to get rid of BTR entirely. And Razak bleeding out in the meantime. Federalis only one chance now and can't line up the arena, who have put themselves back up to 3 players. Ulf could challenge.
instantaneously. They're going to go for a repeat on this one. TT Project, they wrapped out of their compound, looking over towards this side. They know that they can sweep. They know they can clear. And they desperately need to do it right now because Ulf is gaining momentum on this game.
Smash rules are explained कर दो भाई.
With that TT Project flex out coming through, a 2-2 split now as they've moved Zerich and Effect into position here. Arena are going to really struggle to get over this next ridgeline blank with Ulf on their bead with this duo from TT Project. The nades, do they connect? Doesn't look like they're going long enough, but that one looks like Foreman super low, Joker low as well, dropping another one towards the back lines. Foreman has the spray down, and Arena are getting shut out by this beautiful flex out from TT Project.
Really good
भाई
stuff
effect
from TT
देखो
Project.
क्या
You've got to
मारा.
understand that this compound is
देखा आप लोगों ने.
good, but you have to make a play at some point, and they absolutely will. Arena now 71 points here, 23 behind the marker. But I like this from Ulf. They opt not to get involved on that fight on the northern side. They know that there could be a wrap coming through from the south at some point. The nades start to head over, and it looks like Ulf has a general idea of where GK is currently playing.
I did not think they'll be alive at this juncture, Blank, but on their road side, they're looking pretty powerful. TT Project, though, they just need to move south on their compound, start putting nades in. That is where Fury are going to start to crumble. They've already looked to move up here. Fury are not moving and trying to take the compound, potentially, during that flex out from TT Project. Could have been a misplay, but you're worried about teams on the south.
You can't be sure either, right? You can't be sure whether TT Project went out on foot or not, because if they heard the vehicles, potentially then Furia makes a play off the back of it. Also, if they crest this ridge side, there's angles from the south side of the map that become a problem. For Furia, they've been holding on to a lot of nades at this point in time for this exact scenario. Heron will find a shot over towards Neo's in the back line somehow, some way.
All the way up and in the back. Ulf now on the western flank. An effect
open
has been knocked as well. It looked all but thrown up for them. But
नहीं खाया पास.
Ephius not out just yet. And nades from up on high are going to make Furia's life a living hell. As Ephius wants that flush. Looks like he's going to claim it. No, not quite. Not this time around. But there's still more in the pocket. This last nade. Oh, this could be big. It's
overcooked.
Cooked too long. Doesn't go the distance. That is so unfortunate.
ये अयाला तो हाँ बे
या
मेरे टाइम का प्लेयर है भाई अयाला अभी तक खेल रहा है भाई अयाला
played very well up until this point, but Furious stayed patient. Ulf, you can see off the distance. It looks like they just don't have the stims either. They've been waiting a long while for GK to have to push out from this building. They know that these are secured eliminations. That's what they're going to go for. They've got catch looking over towards Furious this entire time. Next circle will now push them out. Furious still has 9 grenades, 7 on the side of Ulf, but only 1 smoke.
Ulf have been putting so much pressure onto this circle. It's been a real blinder of the game from them. The west side is definitely a viable win.
West side!
EK are hunkered down in a shack on the south side, and then look at a flex out now. They've moved Easy for Bad Boy out into the open, but it is open field. Only those.
Let's go boys. जो भी अबे यार 20 सब चाहिए अपने को 759k के लिए guys.
Better terrain cover.
सब्सक्राइब कर दो भाई 20 सब चाहिए बस जितने भी हो
pull taut like an elastic band between both
मार दो भाई
engagements.
सब्सक्राइब
Ketch is doing an incredible job. We haven't seen too much of it right now, but he keeps stepping up and peeking over the roadside, taking shots over towards Fury, consistently keeping them low, forcing them to use meds off the back of this one. It's a long nade, but not quite long enough, but a shot from Ephius will take the shot over towards him.
But look,
To try and confirm, but he's enveloped by the blue.
He's going to deny this point. I mean, he steps back. He's trying to play for those positions in EWC. There's no way that he doesn't deny it. He will fall down. Nice to be able to find that opener over towards GK. Couldn't quite get the flush for an extra point, but okay, Ketch. He's challenging.
Ketch has a difficult position to play here. Ulf's made a very big amount of noise as well, so GK would love to stand up in the back if they can. They're desperate for those death crates, looking for anything. Aaron's going to have to make the jump on this one. It's a long nade. It's going not quite near enough. Clearing out the wrong hail bale.
ये वाला end zone music अच्छा है. Last time वाला इतना अच्छा नहीं था.
Before the team goes down, and neither Furia nor Ulf want to see them go out themselves go out in third.
यार इतना नींद क्यों आ रहा है भाई? इतना सोया मैं तो भी.
Find Scarface though. Steps a little bit.
That's great.
That's what he's looking for.
15 eliminations, John, at this stage of the game. For Ulf, this could be a massive match. The nades start to pour over the top right now. 4 nades down here for them. Scarface steps up. Great player at long range. Now looks to sling a nade over to try and save this position.
Saw a lot of bodies there. Scarface launches a nade to try and follow them up. 2 nades in hand for Ulf, 3 nades in hand for Furia.
By global
Not a lot of
parts,
smokes, but there's always those
or
launches that could potentially be in the back pocket to obscure those numbers. Cover may be still there.
Vehicles
on fire, but still will move, and Ayala will hop into the hot
Wolf
seat.
versus Furia.
To navigate it around, moving forwards. There's a crate. This is a beautiful resupply. Look at his armor. Blank, that's a really big pickup if he can get towards it.
Ketch sends a nade over towards
Ego. It's on target. We're into a 3v3. Ulf looking for a ginormous game to even the tide versus 4 Thrives. And a potential here, a 2 versus 3 now. Furia, Ayala and Chief now, the last 2 to stand. They find Scarface. They even the numbers once more. Brazil and Turkey.
16 kill?
They've been at war for a while, Blank, over PUBG Mobile over the years. But here we see pitch battle, and it is all up to the man of the hour. For Turkey, for Ulf, it's Eren in a 1v2. Chief in the back line is low. Ayala stepping up to the crate. Wants the resupply. And Brazil bounce them away.
Brazil! Let's
go!
Not able to finish on that one.
Let's go, Chad. Let's go.
10-pointer. But more importantly, 2 teams that were very close.
जितने भी आए हो एक साथ सारे के सारे सब्सक्राइब ठोक दो गाइस only 15 subs to go for 59k क्रेजी भाई अबे बट देखो पता है टू बी ऑनेस्ट कोई पॉइंट नहीं है अभी देख के ना जीत चुके हैं जो सामने वाली टीम है वो जीत चुकी है फॉर उसकी जो भी है ठीक है बाकी बॉयज अपन अब रात के ठीक है 8 बजे वी वुड बी कमिंग लाइव ऑन किक पबजी पीसी के साथ ठीक है आज पबजी पीसी खेलेंगे रात के 8 बजे अभी जाके मैं थोड़ा गेम डाउनलोड पे लगाता हूँ थोड़ा फ्रेश हो जाता हूँ ठीक है ये लो लिंक है मेरे किक का ठीक है किक पे जाके 8 बजे तक मैं आ जाऊंगा 8:30 तक समथिंग 8:30 मैक्स 8:30 तक मैं आ जाऊंगा पबजी पीसी खेलेंगे बढ़िया आज मस्त एकदम डुओ में और एक कनकदीर बाकी जो भी स्ट्रीम पे न्यू आया है लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब कर देना और कल 8 बजे अपन देखते हैं क्या स्ट्रीम करेंगे वाईटी पे कोई पीसी गेम स्ट्रीम करेंगे पास बार सोच रहा हूँ नाम चेंज करके गोप ही रख लो अरे ठीक है बॉयज चलो बाबा आई लव यू ऑल भाई किसी को हेट मत करना ठीक है लाइक करो स्ट्रीम को सब्सक्राइब करना चैनल को अगर आप न्यू हो तो और मिलते हैं रात को किक पे 8:30 को पबजी पीसी के साथ और कल वाईटी पे तो तब तक के लिए लव यू ऑल टेक केयर बाय 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 बॉयज बाय बाय